into Appleton.
Or leaving Appleton.
I mean, you're leaving Appleton, so I'm thinking.
Hopefully.
Right?
Hopefully.
Just talking about this badass remote that we have on
Heck
Friday.
yeah. It's so dope.
Hey, Lindsay, I see what you're trying to do there and get us doing a remote at your place on a Saturday. That sounds terrible.
Lindsay, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
It's Saturday.
Lindsay. Saturday. You want, and I got to drive all the way from Fredonia to Howard? Lindsay?
On a Saturday?
On a Saturday?
Hope you're... You know what, Lindsay? I like you.
Well, I'm starting not to.
But I hope your business fails if you make us come there on a Saturday. I'm joking.
Oh, God. Yeah, all right. I can get on board with that. Love you, Lens. It is a Jake and Tanner show. Good morning. So, hey, how are things? Let me ask you a question. I was thinking about this today.
Okay.
What is it like being part of not your immediate family, but like just outside, your small family in your house? Do you have a relationship with your mom?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know what I'm trying to get at. Like, is it close? Are you calling her if hard times happen? You're like, Mom, I don't know what to do. Have you hugged her and cried?
Oh, maybe.
Really?
When I was young.
Oh, really? I've done that as an adult. Not to your mom, of course, but to mine.
That would have been funnier if you're like to Lisa.
We talked about you and we started tearing up. I
don't have a mom all anymore. The time.
I did it when I was so stressed out with Piper's back surgery.
Yeah.
And I moved to Green Bay and everything was new. And I was like up there talking to Mom in her room. And then it's just a lot, man. And then it didn't help that when I started like talking to her, I was starting to tear up. Then she hugged me, and then it made it worse.
Yeah,
you know what I'm like?
Make it worse.
Yeah, because now it's like physical touch, and then
No, I mean, yeah, we have a relationship. I call her a few times a week.
Do you kiss her?
Nope. No.
What do you do? What do you mean you call her? What are you calling her for?
Well, she calls me a few times a week.
Yeah, that's more like it. You guys talk like, is she going, how's it going? Or is she going, do you need anything?
No, just pretty much that.
So, like, what do you mean? Like, just like when you're driving home?
No, it's usually when she gets done with work.
And then, this is bizarre to me because I forget this happens because it's been a while.
Yeah.
So that's, I bet you that's sometimes a little bit of annoyance, and I bet you it is. And I don't mean to be mean, but like, you're like, it's 5. She's probably going to call.
She always texts first.
Oh, and then she's like, "Hey, nice, good, Lisa."
She always texts, "Are you busy?"
Good.
And then I can either say, "Yeah,
a little busy."
Yeah,
no,
give me a few minutes.
How long are you talking?
20, maybe 10 to 20.
She tells you what's going on in her life.
Yeah, pretty much. Ask how the kids are doing.
That's weird because you guys live so close too.
Yeah, she could just stop over. It's fine.
Yeah,
never have an issue.
Angie's mom stopped the Wednesday thing. Whew. Thank God. This was hard for me to deal with, man. This was tough.
Yeah, I know. You complained about it a lot. Why?
Well, Angie's mom would always call on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Now, this is when they had their house phone, and they still have a house phone, but now Pam has a cell phone, so now it's more texting. So that's good. So it's not a Wednesday call. It's every day they text back and forth. So on Wednesday, Pam would call. Mm-hmm. And then it would take, because you had one whole week of things happening.
Yeah.
So they would talk for, a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would hear this. Oh, sure. Yeah, I can do that. Pam just asked, hey, Daddy's here. Dad's here. You want to talk to him? Mm-hmm. And then, God forbid, Angie will never say, I'm not going to do that. Just tell him what I just said or what you just said. Because then I have to hear the exact same thing for 30 minutes of her talking to her dad.
They could have put it on speakerphone.
Could have.
Both have the conversation.
And then Angie gets because she's not like super close to her parents. So you can always hear that faint fakeness. Yes. You know what I mean? Of like when you're talking to clients or whatever. Yeah.
That.
Oh, yeah. And it's just like, God. So it's just annoyance all over the place. I get it. I understand. You got parents. You got to love them because they're your parents. DNA. And God forbid, don't listen to me. Don't do your thing, because I don't want to be the cause of you not wanting to talk to them, and then something happens and it's like, oh God, I wish I would have talked to him more. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Jake. I'm like, what?
No, I got where I'm telling her now, hey, listen, if you want to, whenever you want to go, figure out how to get there, because the van's on its last legs and I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
But I mean, like, if you want to go, man. And then if you want to see them, because I can get the calculator. I got the calculator out for her, and I go, so your dad's this age. How many times do you see him a year? You're only going to see him 2 more times, Ange.
It's so sad.
He's 82.
It's so sad that not only is that true, but also you sit your wife down.
I didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't do that.
Just let her know.
But no, I told her, man, because I don't want to be that dude that it was like she could have went over to see her parents more.
But you always like,
and I always,
like, oh, I don't want to
bitch
go.
Or
yeah.
No. I ain't going. I told her. And she knows that. I said, anytime you want to go, because her parents, and she knows this, and it hurts her feelings. They don't want to see. They want to see me maybe for a few minutes, but they forget that I'm there, and they forget that the kids are there. They want to see Angie.
Yeah,
and it would be so much better if she went over there. She didn't have to worry about the kids are bored, or dad's bored, or she gets to go over there and she gets to hang out. So, and I don't want to be the cause of her not seeing them, and then it's too late, because once they're dead, I heard, unless you have a Ouija board, you can't really talk to them.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. Not sure.
Did we ever do the Ouija board? Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did a Ouija board. They're so stupid. The dumbest things on the planet.
Well, they were a thing before Parker Brothers got it.
Yeah.
But that thing, I don't know if it made my foot go numb one time. Could have been the angle.
Yeah, or is it because you were sitting on your foot weird?
Dude, I'm telling you. It's just like, I think everything was, because if I go back to my youth when I was playing this, when I was like 12 years old, it was scary. And I remember things that happened, but it's been so long now.
That who knows if it really happened?
Well, or did I exaggerate the hell out of it? My brain has made it that much bigger. Because I remember 2 things. Dude, it was just freaky. Because I got like super hooked on it, because it was to another dimension.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you believe in that stuff. Or you're an adult and believe in ghost adventures and have to sleep with a Bible under your bed or under your pillow.
But so what happened that you believe, that you think might be over exaggerated?
Well, the one was we found out you could make homemade Ouija boards.
Yeah.
And I was with my cousin, and we were doing it like all night, and then we were just using anything to use not a phone at that time. There was no phones. There was before cameras. And then you could use anything on your homemade Ouija board. You cut out letters and put them on the table, and then you can use a cup, a glass. At that time, ashtrays were riddled everywhere.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't smoke, you had ashtrays just cause. And we used my foot one time, and we used her foot. They went completely numb when we used it. Like, it was very weird. Like in my head. Now, see, I'm remembering now, major tingly, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened when we were using it at a table, me and Chad Thrush, dead and gone now, maybe this is the cause. Our middle curtain moved. And I thought it was the dog's tail hitting it, because at that point we used to have dogs that had tails. Angie and I don't believe in that anymore.
Because of this.
Yeah, we believe in the short tails, dock tails. We don't even like noses on
body modifications.
Body modifications for animals.
Yep.
But it was twitching, and that was crazy because there was nothing there. And then the other one that really freaks me out, we used I can't remember. Oh, it was with Ferguson, and we couldn't find the mover for it, or whatever you call it. The thing you put your fingers on.
Yeah. And
we had a picture on this wood. You can put like picture on wood and polyurethane in, and then you can hang in and something. Okay. It was of Jesus.
Okay.
So we put it on there.
You were trying to talk to Jesus?
No, we were
That's
just trying to...
ambitious for first-time Ouija users.
We didn't talk to Jesus. We were just talking to anybody. Talking blah, blah, blah. And that thing popped up. The Jesus thing popped up. Now, in my head, right now, I remember it popping up like this. I don't know. Like I can't tell you if it was like now because I don't know what my mind's
Did
making
it just
up
get
anymore.
stuck to your fingers while you were lifting your hands?
That could have been a thing, but when you're a kid,
you think,
oh my God, it jumped.
Absolute demons,
right? So
everywhere.
Those were my 3 experiences with like the Ouija board, and then we got really hooked, and we were showing these neighbor girls, that we liked, and we had a plan that the spirits were going to tell them that they were supposed to be with us.
And did it work?
Yeah. Hey, check this out. That same girl, dude.
Okay.
We lived like in a cabin by a lake, right?
Yep.
I forget her last name, but whatever. She lived. We all lived year round there, but there was a lot of cabins.
Yeah.
This one girl, we started dating over the summer. This was at the end of summer. We started dating over the summer.
Yeah.
Okay. And she wrote me a letter in the mail. She had beautiful handwriting.
Okay.
This was like probably she was 12 years old or something.
Most of the time I would have been like, nobody would remember that. But I believe that you remember that.
And it was a nice letter directed towards me, lots of compliments. Yeah. What I did is I took that letter because I didn't know how to write a letter at that time, but I wanted to express my love to this neighbor girl that I had down the hill. And so I just erased everything that didn't make sense in that, and then tried my best to fill in that word with my handwriting to look like the girl who wrote me that a couple months before of her handwriting. So you know what I mean?
You tried to Mad Libs a love letter?
Yeah, and I did. And I wrote like her eyes only and went and stuck it in the door. So we're probably still together.
Oh, yeah. Is this the girl you never broke up with?
No, that's a different girl. Michelle McDonald.
I still want you to call and break up with her.
I can't find her.
I think it would be so funny.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. No, Michelle McDonald, maybe. No, I didn't break up with her. And then there's another girl that came up for the summer cabin. And then we're still together. We never broke up. I only saw her just a little bit. And just for like a day. We're still together. Damn.
I think we need to call so you can break up with these people.
Well, I have no idea that one girl's name ever. She was just a paragraph in
a piece of meat to you.
The book called Jake, the Book of Jake.
Yeah, just a small footnote in your love history.
She meant nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. But maybe you meant everything to her.
Yeah, I don't know about the Michelle McDonald. I do know she gave me one compliment one year in school.
Well, here we go back on guys getting compliments. You remember Michelle McDonald gave you a compliment
like in 10th grade.
Yeah.
Wow, we were just talking about that. Like if you can give your man a compliment, it stays with them like
because they never get it. We never get just unsolicited compliments.
Never.
It always feels like we're shelling out compliments and
left and right,
and there's things that we are expected.
Just like I'm telling you that the J Balls,
that shirt
that she was like, hey man, I really like that shirt, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you do like that shirt, don't you?
Yeah, we talk about it daily.
Yeah, look at him tearing up. Anyway, so she said, why aren't you going to prom or homecoming or whatever one of those dances are?
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know, because it's just not my
not my style.
Cup of, I don't even think tea was invented then. It was just not my cup of
Surge.
It's not my cup of Surge, man. And she goes like, you should go because I would vote for you for king or whatever. And I'm like, you would. Like
yeah,
she
of
was
course you would. I'm very royal.
She was basically saying,
I like you.
You're good looking. I would have. Mm-hmm. Damn, that's still. I should thank her and break up with her.
Yeah, you should really break up. Wait, were you dating or did she just?
This
say
was
that
the
thing
girl
to you
that
once?
I dated through a summer one time.
Yeah,
and
but
we never said we were done.
Oh God! Oh, then
she just said one compliment. That's how guys are. Yeah, and we were dating since then.
Yeah, we've been dating. I haven't broken her heart yet. This is why women don't give men compliments.
Oh, God. All right, we got to go.
Yeah.
Because we're going to, look at this, we're going to stay in time.
Hell yeah.
1 minute. Oh, yeah, we'll be right back. Hang on. Yeah, it seems weird, man, when you got to take. Like when we had to stop to play a minute worth of commercials, break what we were talking about.
Yep.
It's hard to reset. I mean, even though I didn't want to get back into that segment, but it's hard, when we go really late with commercials, which last week was terrible. I don't think ever
the majority of the days
in our career have we been that bad with it.
That one was rough.
Where we were playing the 7, because there's certain times, if you don't know, certain times during an hour that you got to pay for, or they got to play for commercials, because that's what clients do. They pay for those spots. Like,
there's research done. Like, this is when people are in cars. Right. Blah, 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 blah.
And if you don't, you get in trouble. But it's so weirdly set up in a world that's not really like that anymore. I mean, I know that it still is, but man, you're in a world where that just doesn't have, like a lot of podcasts. You say
it
right in the beginning.
Yeah, or there's some that they break in the middle, but they don't. But it's all pre-recorded, so they have their full conversation and then just add their reads in.
It's kind of like this is why I was trying to say last week, but not being able to say it, like that whole Whoopi Goldberg thing, where I'm not justifying what she said. She did make a huge mistake.
Yeah.
But I understand what she was trying to get at with the whole race thing.
Yes. It's not as visual. That's what she was getting at, is that if you put 10 people in a room and say half of them are Jewish and half of them aren't Jewish, it's not as easy to just tell the difference right away than if you were to put 10 people in a room and say 5 are white, 5 are black.
Well, and then they got 4 people there that are screaming at each other. Mm-hmm. So she was having a tough time to explain her way, and then everybody got worried. And then you're on a time frame. Mm-hmm. And that's weird, living in a podcast world, that these girls, or even us, you're on this weird time frame of, I don't know, what is it, 37 minutes, because they got commercials.
Yeah.
And they only got like 3 segments they can talk about, and one of those they got to move on from the segment, so she didn't get to
really explain herself and or go, hey, oh my God, yeah, I was saying this, but I understand where everybody freaked out. I apologize. She didn't get a chance to say that. Yeah,
I don't know, Whoopi. She's probably a decent person, except being on The View.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. I mean, you got to be somewhat of a piece of garbage to be on The View, right?
I don't know.
Is that the one that has the girl from the Roseanne?
Yeah.
Or did she quit? I thought she quit.
Maybe she quit, but she was on that show for a while. But it's just weirdly, if you were on a podcast, you could sit back and hear your view and then hear other people argue about it, and everybody, oh, I did make a mistake and I wanted to correct that.
Yeah.
But you got the producers there.
Is that live?
I don't know.
I don't think that's live.
Maybe it's live, but just like I don't know. Hey, Siri.
I don't think that's live.
Is The View live?
Oh, man, I don't think that's live.
Okay. I found this on the web for As The View Live. Check it out.
Thanks, Siri.
Well, I don't know, but still.
If it's not live, screw you, producers.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would think that
it's taped, just like any other show.
But maybe they didn't think at the time it was so bad. Hold on. The View is a place with live broadcasts 5 days a week.
It is live?
Yeah. I mean, they probably got a delay like we have.
Yeah, but like if it was recorded and then they were yelling at her, then that's a whole different thing.
Well, that's the thing. Here, all of a sudden, the cast goes, "Oh, this isn't right." Then the producers are like, "Oh no!" And then all the producers can go right now is woke mob, cancel, woke mob, cancel. So they're like, you know what? We're not going to give Whoopi any time to say we're gonna look like we did something, so the woke mob will not come after us. Does that make sense? It's like, or not? I want to get rid of that crutch. I keep saying, does that make sense? Your thoughts? You know what I mean?
It's kind of not really.
No, really. Like I know my brain, it's working though. Like the producers are freaking out. You know what I mean? Or whoever the execs or the suits are going, we got to show that we did something. So we're going to suspend her instead of not suspending her, and her going, and if she's realized, which she has realized what she said was a mistake, to correct it.
You know what I mean?
But she still gave out an apology, right?
Yeah, she did. And she said, "Oh, listen, I didn't mean it like that, and I so apologize, and I understand where the confusion was." But I feel like I just hate the execs having to do something because the cancel culture has them by the bees and has everyone by the bees.
Yeah, I mean, she probably would have got. I mean, getting suspended's not bad. People have been suspended for things before.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is, I think they do it because of the world that we live in right now. And I mean, like you got suspended for something that I don't feel like you should have been suspended for.
No.
What the hell was it again? I can't even remember.
I was insinuating that Sydney was racist.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
It was dumb. And here's the thing: nobody complained except one person in the building.
That was in the building. That was somebody that heard it and went, "Well, I got to do." This is what I'm saying. This is I got to do something because if there's a complaint, it doesn't look like we did anything.
But there was never public that I was suspended.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was. Yeah,
I was just suspended because it's per policy or whatever they had here. It's like we don't. Like you can't do that,
and it was,
which I guess it's a valid punishment. You know what I mean? Like it is a valid.
I can't even remember what your joke was, but it was so sarcastic.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you better not do it again. You know, gee, I was this.
It was along the lines of her saying she was happy.
Oh yeah,
something
about that. Yeah, I
about
remember
a funeral or something.
Yeah.
And then I said something else, which wasn't a slur or nothing.
No, it wasn't. Nowhere near it.
I just asked.
Really? I wouldn't even do it.
Why was it the funeral of a? And then just.
Oh yeah, that is what it was.
Yeah,
that was kind of a thing that you were doing, like just new boot goofing of like. You're racist, you know what I mean? But without saying you're racist, it's like, because you know, is it because I'm white? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. And then nobody did complain whatsoever. One person did in the building. You know what? I think I know. Hold on, really quick. Was it?
Yes. It was.
Yeah. So I think what happened. I think
somebody
she might have been
a new position.
Yes, and had to
being retroactively
make some noise. You know how that works. A manager gets in a new position. It's like we're changing this. We're changing this. Everybody's wearing khakis now. Khakis not my color, man.
Yeah, dang it. I don't want to wear khakis. Wash out my face. Damn it.
Yeah, man. Radio stations used to do that. Small market, not so bad in the medium and definitely large market. They still made us wear. You had to wear your KTI shirts. Medium or small market was polo, khakis. Everywhere I went.
Yeah.
Polo, khakis. Shirts were always way too big. And I told him, I go, you want me to wear it? And it was like hanging down to my knees. I go, don't you think it would look better if I just wore one of my button-ups?
Yeah.
And he's like, that's policy. You have to wear it. And I go,
in a lanyard?
And I don't even wear the lanyards because I think those are so stupid.
I don't know where mine is.
Remember when Joe, apologize if you're listening right now. I'm just going to pick on you a little bit. But when he was it had the scan code on the back. Mm-hmm. Oh, he loved that.
He was like, yeah, now people can scan it and then go straight to your Snapchat, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was like, Snapchat?
Angie's got a friend who has Snapchat. And I went, we're not in that age group. Mm-mm. She's 2 years younger than Angie. And I'm like, that's not okay.
No, Snapchat is dumb. It's really dumb. It's only made to send pictures of your genitals.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she's doing that.
And you never know.
But that lanyard, I never wore them because I feel like it looks flashy of like a
VIP badge.
I don't know. I just feel like this is me. And you're at your own thing. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. And a lot of times I never wanted to wear them because I didn't want. I think it's an invitation for people to come up and chat with you.
Yeah. What we should do is wear our lanyards, but get the neck thing so long that it hangs down to our crotch, so then people have to stare at our crotch.
Now that's what I'm all about. That.
Yeah, and they just look at the crotch, and then that's it.
So it's like you having kids. Angie, like, what am I supposed to do here? Angie's like, oh my God, exclamation, exclamation. Dewey's boots and gloves are wet. Put those on the boot dryer, son.
Yeah, toss them in the dryer quick. It's 6:12. Those would be fine.
Well, he's got to go to Y Care because Piper leaves an hour early.
Okay.
Because her class, middle school, gets out an hour earlier than elementary.
I hate your school.
Yeah, it's really weird. So she leaves at 7, and he's just a little too young to
hang
leave
out there for a minute,
for an hour, like making sure everything's shut off, making sure the garage door is closed.
They got what, 40 minutes?
He said 30 minutes. No, I have 20 minutes. They won't be dry.
Put them in the dryer.
Baggies.
Put them in the dryer. Let them tumble around in the dryer for a while. They'll get dry. They'll get dry enough in 20 minutes.
I don't know what to do being here.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean,
I think that's I'm
complaining
complaining because I'm stressed. Do you know what I mean?
Just tell her to put them in the oven.
All right, not my problem.
Yeah, it's not. This seems like a you thing, Angie.
Right now, you wanted the kids.
Yeah, your kids.
Your kids.
You had them.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
You get it, right?
I got it. And
kids are a joy and stuff, but Lord, you got to deal with.
Yeah, sometimes.
Boots. Yeah, and you get. Oh, here she is again. Let me just. Oh, LOL. What does that mean? What is LOL?
She's probably cheating on you. With some dude named Lol.
Who the hell's LOL, Angie?
Who's LOL?
Tell me right now. Was that good? That text was meant for LOL?
You trying to search LOL? And you just put it in the text?
Is that what it is?
Wow.
That's it. You can't go anywhere. I'm trying to provide for the family. I'm driving an hour and 20 minutes to get to this hellhole. And that, no offense, I like it. But you know what I mean. And then you're with some dude named Lol, and his name's Lol.
Yeah,
That's so
Lol.
cool.
Is it Dr. Lol?
I bet you it's Dr. Lol or
really?
attorney at Lol.
Oh,
I knew it.
Come on over to the Lol Law.
It's probably some douchebag dentist that's going bald. She likes bald. She likes those balding guys.
Does she really?
I don't know. I always say she does. I don't know if she's ever had any.
Oh, I don't know if that's anybody's fetish. Never mind. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, but dentists off themselves all the time. So good luck with that, Angie.
You mean just all the money with none of the dentist?
I guess it's like, oh yeah, but I guess it's like the suicide rate is crazy in the dental field.
Yeah, because isn't it like really hard to start up your own dentistry if you don't inherit a dentistry? Like if you're just gonna move into a town and be like, I'm gonna be a dentist here, and people are like, I go to that dentist.
They tell you that right, like way in school. They're like, hey, who has a dad that's a dentist or a mom? And just 90% are raising their hand. They're like, okay, good. You guys have it easy. We're the people that are starting their business. Yeah, you may want to go into I don't know.
Anything else.
Counting or something because maybe just be a dental hygienist.
Mm-hmm. And work for one of your classmates here.
Yeah. So sad. I think Angie would have been terrific at it. And like I said, I'd been the guy that did the weather stripping around the doors.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I would do. She would have been terrific at it, but we looked into it a while ago when I was so stressed out about KTI.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Of it failing, and then I don't want to be this stressed out. And we just started out maybe younger, but getting to our age now and paying all the school loans back, we'd have been living like we both didn't have jobs.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Ooh, 10 minutes in the dryer with a towel. What's that going to do? I mean, I know the towel thing, but it's boots.
Well, yeah, but you throw the towel in there and it'll help it dry faster.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I don't 10 minutes?
I don't know, do it for the full 20.
Oh, this ain't my problem.
It's not your problem.
I mean, I'm glad you're trying to help out. But, yeah.
He gets wet feet today.
That's what happens.
It's pajama day today.
It is.
For some reason.
Yeah, I like when they try to make school fun. It's almost like trying to make something that's not fun, like a party.
Yeah. What?
You know what I mean? Right?
No. I got
when you just is really not.
It's not good. Yeah.
You're going to try real hard.
Yeah, you're going to try forever to make that work. Yeah, I don't know. It's I've put too much of my brain power on this Angie's problem.
Yeah, I'm all done with it too. Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I mean, like, geez, you can do nothing for yourself.
Do you see what I'm saying though? Like, and you were just saying this last week.
No respect for our job.
Well, like she's texting while we're talking.
Yeah.
I mean, it became part of the bit. It became part of the show, but still.
If I was operating, you wouldn't be like, Dewey, she wouldn't have texted you.
If I was in a court case right now, I'd be like, hang on, Judge. Ooh, what do I do about this?
Yeah, Dewey's shoes, they're wet.
First of all, it really goes to show that our job is pretty lame.
It's pretty lame. And it's not respected. We deserve more respect. We need like a doctor title, like they have doctor or lawyer. We need that.
Yeah.
So people just can't call us like Mr. Frank and Mr. Shram.
I really like them.
Doctor.
I feel like if a dentist can do it, anybody can.
Yeah.
Because Angie just told me, we were talking about it this morning before we went on air. She said something about the doctors, and I had to remind her they're not doctors.
Yeah, I mean, like they're doctors in the same way that like Dr. Dre
Pepper.
and Dr. Pepper.
It's a doctor. 8% of dentists commit suicide.
That's a lot, right?
I don't know. It seems like a lot. Professions with the highest suicide.
I mean, think about it. If there were 100 dentists in a room, 8 of them would kill themselves.
Professions with the highest suicide. Ready?
Okay.
Lawyer.
See that because you're in so much debt.
Here you go. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Medical doctors.
Okay.
Dentist. Police officers. Veterinarians. Financial services. Real estate agents. Electricians. Lawyers. Farmers. And pharmacists. Why? Let's go through these. Oh, we can't. Let's go through these in just a second. Let's play these commercials. We'll come right back to this. Hey, the blonde in Euphoria.
Sydney Sweeney.
Okay. I've seen her. Everyone, did you see?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see. I haven't seen it in a while. Now, again, this is like my Ouija board times. Oh, really? You don't think like?
No, they're good. Yeah,
they're perfect.
Well,
wait, you want them bigger?
No. They are.
What is wrong?
I'm saying.
Can you save that page because I want to do this? I want to go after this.
Okay, because I think that
don't ruin them.
The girl that we're looking at or talking about here, I think hers are better.
Can I see? Now the girl that we're talking about is that Swidney Swee.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is. She's on Euphoria. She gets naked quite a bit, I heard, on this show. Like, you said something like it's almost every episode.
Almost every episode, I think the director asks themselves, I wonder how we can see Cassie's boobs today.
Probably. Now, I've seen her since the name is starting to become a little bit more popular from Euphoria, she's very beautiful. She's very pretty. I think what's going on, because she did do a remark that she's getting mad. Not mad, but she's mad that people aren't paying. She's very proud of her acting, and people are kind of like slut shaming her.
Yeah.
Like, you're always naked, and she's like, I don't know. Is she a good actress, by the way? Is she pretty good on there?
Yes. Yeah, I think she is. I think she's a pretty good actress.
Let me see this is for research. I would do it on this computer, but it's a work computer. Oh my dear God.
So it's like,
this is beautiful. Can I see the other one?
Yeah, so it's like,
hold on, I gotta come around.
Just come around.
My pants off.
So it's like between those.
Wait. You gotta see this one. They gotta get like more of a.
But then you go here, and perfect is like it has a new definition now.
Now we're just doing this. Type in Kirsten Dunst because I remember that.
Oh, she has them too, huh?
Well, she's a woman. Wait, people don't even know what we're talking about. Are you feeling what I'm feeling right now?
Yes. Can you back up?
Okay. Why are you typing like a mechanic?
Because it's an iPad.
That's what it's like to be over here.
It's not as nice.
I'm on Tanner's side.
It's images.
Holy cow.
Yeah, those are fine.
Yeah, no, I don't like them now.
Like, they're fine. Here's the thing. They're fine. All boobs are beautiful. I think we can all agree to that. But this Sydney Sweeney, my wife even is like, my God, look at those things.
So I think what she's doing is she's pulling the AT&T girl thing where it's like a lot of people want to see her. You just said something. You're like, hey, I just watched the last episode. And I'm like, does Sydney get nude? And you're like, no. And I'm like, well, all right.
Yeah. It's a skippable episode.
Yeah. Well, so what I'm just saying is I think people are not paying attention to her acting, and she's getting to the point where the directors are like, hey, and she's probably like, I don't want to get nude again. I want to just act. Like, and I get why she's doing it because this was a big part for her.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, the thing is like, she's the only one. Like, there's boobs in it. Like, plenty. A lot more wiener than you'd expect to.
Okay.
Like, imagine an amount of wiener in a show.
Sure.
Double it.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of wiener, right? In the first episode, you see just a ton of it. Dad wiener, just tons of wiener. But, like, she's the only boobs now. You know what I mean? Like,
so it's just, that would make you feel, you'd be like, what are you doing here, director?
And what she was saying was like, I know I'm new to this, but why do I have to whip these out just to get notoriety? Like, Zendaya's not. She never had to do it.
But Zendaya is bigger.
Yeah, that's what she's also arguing of, is that if you were like, oh, it's critical to the plot that you have your boobs out, and Zendaya just said, no, I'm not doing it, they would be like, oh, okay, I guess we'll figure out something else. Maybe you can just keep your bra on. But she was like, younger actors don't have that option.
Not
just
yet.
say no.
I mean, you will at one point.
Eventually, yeah.
She's so just does anybody remember the AT&T girl? She was blessed in the area of having bigger chesticles, and people were talking about that, and she was getting, and it's like, dude, you're taking. This is weird, and I'm not putting a blame on her, so please, cancel culture, settle down.
Everybody just sit still. But she was taking pictures of herself in these bikinis, in these reveal. I mean, she had a lot.
Like lingerie. I've seen a few of those photos.
Yes, the lingerie photos. And it's like, you're very beautiful with a very nice body. So people are going to talk about that. Now, the disgusting comments are terrible. Like,
they always are.
Those are, but you're going to expect it if you got online. If those pictures go online. I remember telling, this is the different generation Angie and I are. Angie and I are not really in the woke mob cancel culture generation, which we understand. I know I've been griping about that a lot lately. I get there's some really good things that are happening with that. But also there's a lot of things that I'm just like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like, really, did we have to come after that? But that's, again, because I'm a Generation X. Nope.
Yep.
Zennial. I'm more of a Zennial.
Yeah.
It's not Xennial. Or it's like kind of that 1980. Anyway, I told Angie about this, and she's like, oh, boo-hoo. You got your pretty girl with big boobs, and you're an actress. You know what I mean? It's like
I get it. Yeah, it's really easy to be like, dude, like, you're pretty lucky. But I guess it would be an issue. I don't know.
Well,
I don't have.
We're guys, though, so it's like if girls were. I mean, the disgusting comments are terrible. But you got to expect that if you got your lingerie pictures, not the disgusting, but people are going to talk about your body because it's the internet. It's the wild, wild west, man. And
there's almost zero repercussions as long as you don't say I'm going to murder you. You know what I mean?
But I get her wanting to be, but I respect my acting in this AT&T commercial. Respect that.
See, now that's dumb. Like, I get this one, the Euphoria one, because there's acting that goes into that, and she also does other things, and she was like, I'm not just a set of perfect boobs. But the AT&T girl's like, I want you guys to just focus on my acting. You mean when you tell us that we can switch over and get a $400 credit? Go to hell.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you say? Because I've been staring at your boobs this whole time.
How method? I walked. You know what? I got horny the other day, and I walked into an AT&T. That's what you did.
Yeah, that's what you did. Thank you. That girl is really pretty too.
She is very pretty. I'm. You know what? I don't know if it comes with just me maturing, but I'm finding the progressive girl more attractive.
Explain.
Flo.
What do you mean? I thought you meant that using a different. Yeah, she's a little bit Karen-y.
Yeah, but I'm finding her more attractive.
Oh yeah, boy, not me.
Oh yeah,
no,
maybe
not
you're
me.
just not at my level of maturity yet.
Not quite. You were saying something about that.
I got to get these boobs off my screen.
Wait, which ones?
Let me see all of them. I got them all three up.
Okay, we do things at work that normal people would get fired for. She did direct. People are like, the AT&T girl did direct some of the commercials. I get that, and I understand that. And she was in This Is Us. She was in a few episodes of that, a bigger part in that, playing one of the girlfriends. So, I mean, she is there.
She's getting there.
But not enough for me when I go This Is Us, where I was like, hey, that's that AT&T girl. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Until that thing came out where she was mad at people because she was pretty.
Well, just realize you will... nobody's going to be like, oh, you were the girlfriend on This Is Us.
You're the
AT&T girl.
Dude, what a job to land, too. Now, you don't, because like Flo, how long has she been doing Flo?
A long time. I think it's been like 10 years.
And she
Probably
gets,
10
and she's
years.
getting...
She gets like $2 million. Dude, that's enough to live in L.A. You're
Great.
a working actress.
No, but you were saying that Sydney Sweeney that has the perfect breast, You said that she does a lot more that people don't even know about.
Yeah, like she owns a production company that
she helps other big boob girls.
Yeah, she finds other sets of boobs that are like leading boobs and that get like left on the cutting room floor, and she like produces or helps fund those movies to be made.
That's good, man.
I don't know of any of her movies. It's just this is what was said in an interview that she had. So
women.
She's not. Did you see that she was on Drew Barrymore? I know you really like
Flo?
that show. No. That's Sydney Sweeney.
What was she doing on there?
Right, promoting
her boobs.
Yeah, promoting her boobs in this show that they're in, I guess.
Was it good, or what are you trying to tell me here?
Well, she was like because Drew obviously asked her about her boobs right away.
No, she did not.
Well, she was like, "You're nude a lot," and then she was like, "Yeah," and my dad watched it.
Ooh.
Her dad. She didn't tell her dad that she was in a new show. That's what she said.
And it's not even getting nude. It's getting you're doing things.
Yeah, like you're
going
for
at
all
it.
intents and purposes, you're making love.
Yeah.
And she said that her dad found out that she was in a new show, so he sat down with his mother, her Nana, to watch it. I guess it lasted like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I bet. I do think that I hope good things for her because I think she's probably going to go further than Euphoria.
Yeah. She, like I said, if you watch some of her acting, she is really good at like emotional crying acting.
She was a Handmaid's Tale girl too.
Yes, she was in that.
FYI, do you know? And I love you, Ange. Know this. You're the woman for me. That sounded sarcastic, but you know who I find really attractive? And I don't know if I've ever, it's always been Elizabeth Olsen and blah, 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 blah. Is that Sophia Turner?
Oh!
Really? You don't think her acting is terrible.
Oh.
But I think she's really pretty.
I am not a fan.
No?
It's because her face is all bony, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pointy. It's a pointy little face.
Sophia Turner. Oh, God. She had a baby?
She did?
I don't know. I get why you'd like her.
Let me see her
She's
real quick.
She's got a pointy little face.
Yeah, hi, who's this?
Hey, good morning, guys. 4:30. Hey,
yeah, I like that.
I don't know if this is a good analogy or not, but the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones, there's like tons of nudity.
Oh yeah,
Tons
like
of
just
everything.
tons, man.
Well, yeah, that Amelia Clark had the same issue.
Yeah, Amelia Clark.
They
Well, because Amelia Clark was like, I really don't feel like the nudity is necessary for my role anymore, and they were like, oh, I guess you don't need to be talking about dragons with your boobs hanging out.
Was that the show or was it Spartacus? Because Spartacus had tons of nudity too in it, which that's a really good show. But maybe it was Game of Thrones. I can't remember which one, but they would do that in the background, so you wouldn't leave. Was it Game of Thrones? They would do like things that happened in the background while the characters were talking, so you would stay watching it. Otherwise, you might that Spartacus is really good.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, super good.
They keep changing actors, right? Because that guy had to be a big old bee and die.
Yeah, he's gone now. The TV show is done, but they had to change Spartacus in the very first, or in like the third season or something.
Yeah, because when dude went and died.
Had cancer. And I hated him. But then I ended up really liking him, but I hated him at first.
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That feeling that you got right there when that happens, that's what Doctor Who fans feel every 3 years.
And then they start liking him again, and
so the thing is, this Doctor sucks. The last Doctor was the best. Then they switch it, and it goes, this Doctor sucks. The last Doctor was the best.
Yeah.
And then you just keep doing that over and over and over and over and over again.
Women don't like seeing the guy parts in Euphoria, do they? Like, because women's bodies, imagine. They're very pretty, but guys, that is not the same thing, right? Women, ladies, am I right?
Probably not. I know that was another issue that they were having, especially with male nudity and stuff, was that every time a man would show his penis, it's like, wow, he is brave to do something like that. But a woman can go topless the entire time and nobody cares. And also, I guess all of the wieners are prosthetics on top of their wieners.
On Euphoria?
Yeah. On most shows.
Well, I heard they have to, or it's got to be NC-17. It can't be rated R. Boobs can be rated R, but I heard
if it's wiener,
then it's got to be a different level of rating. So they probably do that. What is that thing called? Fur biscuit that they put on the whisker biscuit that they put on the women? It's like an actual underwear that's supposed to look.
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
The women actually wear a thing of underwear that make them look like they're totally nude, but they're not. Oh, Fairbanks.
No, it's
Fairbanks.
No, that's a show, I think, or a location.
It's Alaska.
It's basically a hair diaper.
Yeah.
Merkin.
Yeah.
It's a merkin. A merkin is a beard, is like a wig, but for the pubic area. So that's why they would do that in TV and be like, wow, well, she doesn't, weed whip to get through there.
Hey, check this out.
Okay.
You got to see it with me over here. Yeah, walk over. This is only 20 seconds of one of the scenes in Spartacus. This is the new guy. Did I ever make you watch this?
Maybe.
This is the new guy, like in the 3rd season or whatever.
Okay.
But check this out.
Is this gonna swear?
I don't know yet. Look at this fighting scene, though, dude.
Oh my God,
dude! I'm telling you.
He cut the entire front of his head off.
Dude, I'm telling you, this show is so incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty dope. I'm not going to lie.
It's just that show is incredible. Cool. That is fun. Lots of action.
I like the gore.
We got to go. We didn't get, I want to go through those jobs with the highest suicide rate that we kind of touched on. Because I want to go through and question why. And what, because they don't explain why.
We'll just come up with the reasons.
Sounds good.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah. It's Jake and Tanner show. Good morning. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I hate doing that.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I wanted to stop doing that because that's just not normal conversation. Hi, it's Jake and Tanner show. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi. Now let me tell you something.
Jake, what about those suicides?
Okay, cool.
Oh, God.
Top jobs with the highest suicide rates. We got into this because I always am afraid that Angie's going to leave me for a dentist, and then I said, good luck with that.
At least it'll only be temporary.
Yeah, definitely. Because they have some of the highest suicide rates.
Mm-hmm.
And then we probably, most likely, a lot of these jobs, I got the top 10 here that revolve around money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
And a lot of them, it's not necessarily the job as the person that is attracted to the job.
Yeah. Well, wait, that's interesting. What do you mean?
So
it's not the job. It's these people that want to commit suicide are attracted to that job.
That I've said that about like correction officers and like police officers, where it's like, man, a lot of them are douchebags or they're this and that, and it's like the job doesn't do that to you. I think your need for power over people draws you to that kind of job, which then puts you in that, like being a narcissist. You didn't become a narcissist because you are in corrections or something. You're a narcissist and then you became one.
That's really interesting. They, like for us, it's, did we not get enough attention? Or did we get enough attention and we are the only kid syndrome? Or?
Yeah. Like we didn't choose this job and then strive for attention. We strive for attention, so we got a job that gave us the attention.
I'll tell you what, with TikTok, little boy, you find out real quick that everybody wants attention.
Yeah.
Everybody wants their 5 minutes. Even when they have nothing to do with any kind of career that needs attention, they want that attention. Like, look at me.
Going viral. Everybody wants to go viral. It's weird. So easy, it feels like, to go viral on TikTok.
It is. I get nervous.
Yeah, you shut one down. It was like getting up there in likes and views and stuff, like and you're huge. Like, they're going to steal my identity. It's like, what do you mean?
I don't know, man. And then I get weird, like, because to me, I think you and I could create TikToks, many of them that go viral, and that is not like anything cocky or look at us. I really think because it's all radio stuff that they do. They ask these questions that we've asked years ago on the radio.
How much do you make? What do you do? Yeah, it's all just radio questions.
And part of me, the whole stealing the identity thing does do that to me, because I've had that happen, and boy, it's just a hassle to go through all of the work to shut that down. But another one is I feel really bad about myself once they do start going, because we've had a couple that started going viral, and I feel really bad that I'm part of that system that I hate so much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it's this gig, and it's like you're supposed to, and then you feel bad that you're not working very hard for social, but then I don't want to be a part of that system that I hate so much.
Yeah. Double-edged sword, they say.
Yeah, they do. Who says that?
They
say
it.
All right. So. All right. So number one here, jobs with the highest suicide rate. Now, I don't know if they're in any kind of order. I just got 10 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Medical doctors.
I assume you see a lot, and you have a God complex.
The God complex, the seeing a lot, being drunk, doing surgery, and then somebody, or the death thing, man. Like if people are dying on your watch, I know it's part of the gig. You're supposed to just drop that and forget about it, and like that's what happens. Boy, I'm sure some of those boys take it home with them, right? Or those women take it home with them, where they're like, "What if I would have just done this, or I wouldn't have had so many drinks?" You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing. There are deaths that come from just doctors not paying attention.
Just because they partied. For some reason, I'm putting this thing where doctors drink a lot.
Well, that's the thing. You can still pass with C's.
Yeah, weird, right? I don't want my doctor. I don't want me to be a doctor. I passed with C's.
But like, if you went through medical school and it's like, I barely passed medical school, and be like, dude, maybe you shouldn't be a doctor then. Like, you got D's through medical school. Yeah, you technically got your doctorate, but barely. Like, you're the same level of doctor as somebody who got all A's.
Yeah, that's scary, man. I want to see that. Next time I'm going into an office, I don't want to just see that you graduated. I need to see more detail, man.
I want to see your transcript. that was a whole that was a whole plot on Scrubs where Turk was going to do surgery on JD, and JD's like, dude, I've watched you get super drunk before and staple your arm. Like, I don't want you doing this.
Oh, true, dude. Right? If I knew like my buddy growing up, Ferguson, dude, we were high all the time. If he became a doctor and was talking to me, I'm like, get the hell out of here.
You shut up.
I saw you light your farts on fire and burnt your butt. Dude, I'm just not going to deal with you.
Is that what made you want to be a doctor? Did you want to learn why your butthole got burnt?
Oh, here's one. doctors can make a lot, but especially for young doctors, debt is crazy.
I'm sure that's insane.
The dude that my wife had a crush on, Rankin, Dr. Rankin here in Howard, or I think it's Howard or whatever. He was a new doctor, and I was taught, not nude, as much as Angie wanted him to be. He was a new doctor, not nude.
He wasn't a nude actor?
No, a new doctor. And he was saying, like, the amount of stress involved in becoming a doctor, like learning. He says, I would never do it again. Because
Sounds awful.
I would never go through the studying again. It was just his whole life was terrible.
Being a pediatrician seems like the worst.
Yeah, like
because you're rarely ever giving good news.
No. Oh, really.
Especially when you're just a regular pediatrician. Like, you're not the pediatrician you're not the doctor that's gonna be like, you're cancer free. Like, you ship them off to somebody else, and then that doctor gets to tell them you're cancer free. You're the one that's just like, nah, I found it.
Yeah, he was saying that Rankin was saying that when he was working at Children's Hospital, like the first week he came home, and when he saw his kids, he just hugged them and started crying because he had healthy kids, and he just everything that he was dealing with emotionally. And he's telling me this story with my wife, and my wife's like, oh God, doctor and a good dad. You know, the crazy story is,
do you need my legs in a stirrup? No, man. This is a appointment for your child. I'm a pediatrician. Maybe you just take a check down there. You find something you might like, or
It's a crazy story, though. He found out my daughter's back problem. Her spine issue, so we had that, and he helped with Dewey and all that when Dewey was going through his not bad sickness, not like Piper, but like he had to go to the hospital for RSV and stuff like that. Okay, so there's some new things that happened with our kids where he was the first to tell us. So there was this connection, and we trusted this doctor with our kids. We were moving, and Angie had a big problem with we're going to leave Rankin. Like, this was our issue of wanting to move or not move. Man, I should really do a deep dive in this. And we found a doctor. We randomly found someone at Aurora where we live. We went into this pediatrician. She was checking out the kids, and she said we were from Green Bay. And she's like, who did you see in Green Bay? And I go, Dr. Rankin. And she goes, oh, my God, I learned from him. He was my doctor that trained me when I had to do my whatever.
Awesome.
And we're like, holy cow. And so now Angie has a crush on her.
Yeah.
And all they do is talk Rankin.
Rankin all the time.
All the time. It's like, did you get to see Rankin? I didn't get to see Rankin.
Didn't I remember one time at the station we're not supposed to talk about. You're like, my wife is putting herself around, getting around. Why? She's going to the doctor.
Dude, she was going to see Rankin, and she was getting around, like, putting makeup on, all these nice clothes. I'm like, what are you doing?
Like asking, like, how does this outfit look? And be like, good for me, your husband!
Yeah, the one you married and had I gave you those sick children.
Dang it. Yeah, we well, when we first had V, we had her pediatrician in Grafton there. We really liked her. She was really cool. She was down to earth. She complimented us a lot. She called us rock stars, and we would always go like,
oh wow, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. And was that your guys' eye makeup stage though? Where the dark makeup around the eyes, and you wore the ripped jeans and chain wallets? Was that your rock band days?
No, we did that after because she called us rock.
This. Okay, yeah.
She really we were like, hey, who would you recommend in Green Bay?
Don't say it.
She didn't say Rankin.
Okay.
But she was like, any of them, they're fine. She's like, they're doctors. And I was like, yeah, but we want somebody like you. She's like, there's nobody like me.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
and I want you even more.
I was like, maybe we could drive down here, and like it would be fun. Like we even talked about it. We're like, it would be like a fun thing. Like once every year or two, like we go back down to where V was born, and we see her doctor.
Yeah.
And then we got our doctor now, and I really like him. He's a straight shooter. He's a completely different. He doesn't compliment us all ever.
You walk in and you're like, hey, it's the rock stars. He's like, what?
Yeah, we walk in and he immediately says, like, have you tried losing weight? And be like, this isn't my doctor appointment, buddy. Okay, don't tell me that I should lose weight.
5230 says Rankin is our doc too. Yeah, he's super hot. Moms love going there.
Dude, I've seen him. He is.
Okay.
And he helps kids.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the issue. If Rankin was working at Home Depot, dude, nobody's gonna turn their head, right? But it's because he's a kid doctor,
a pediatrician. He saves kids for a living. Like, that's his job.
He's a pedo.
No, pediatrician.
Oh,
he saves kids.
Damn, I can't even compete.
Yeah. No, you can't. Like, so I talk.
Do? Oh wow.
You do a kid show for kids, and be like, not really.
No, no, terrible.
No, almost the opposite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But moms love you guys?
Mm-hmm. No, not that. No,
almost exclusively no.
So does anybody like you guys? Well, we're number 5 in the ratings. We like us.
We like us.
All right, we gotta go.
I thought it was Kraft. Oh.
Hey, whether you're a first-time home buyer, you're looking for your investment property, or your dream home, they take really great care in walking all the buyers throughout the entire buying process. We're talking about Kelly Davies Homes team, Landro Realty. They've helped over 1,000 families in the Fox Cities, Green Bay, Oshkosh successfully buy and sell homes over the last decade.
Hey, listen, and if you're like, oh, but my house, it don't look good on the inside. Like, I don't know how to, I have chairs in front of chairs. Listen, they will bring in an interior designer to stage your house because they know what sells and what looks good, and they will get you the most for your house.
And that's free.
Free!
They offer that free. They got premier agent status on all the major home search website. With an S at the end of that. That means that when you list with Kelly Davies Homes team, your listing is considered a feature listing, meaning it's going to pop up in front of potential buyers' faces more often. And only 2% of agents in the market have that premier status, and Kelly Davies is one of those. So check her out on Facebook.
only got into one of those. Jobs with highest suicide rates. After Charlie Manson, we'll get back into it. By the way, people need an update on the computer situation. Yesterday, very early on, Tanner spilled a ton of coffee on it, and it just shut down. And then, he was trying to dry it out best he could. Because I see you got your iPad today.
Yeah, I got my iPad today, and that one was rough. And it's dead. I tried.
You think it's done?
I left it open. I did everything but throw it in a thing of rice because I think the rice it wasn't going to be a make or break it.
Wait, does that even work?
I think there's something to it where the rice will pull out the moisture, but I don't think you can wait that long. I think it's like you got to have rice kind of ready.
So what's the next step now? Are you going to live off the iPad?
No, because I need a computer. I just don't know what computer I need.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? You don't know if you want to spend the money for a MacBook Pro?
Yeah, it's like, do I need a MacBook Pro? I would like a MacBook Pro. Could I get a PC?
See, here's my thing. I'm fine with a PC, but I don't know anything about technology. You know what I mean? I'm sure, like...
The MacBook, for me, has always been a better experience.
So you're going to just bitch and complain when you get that PC?
I'm not going to enjoy having it. But also, like, I only use it really for work. But when I do use it at home for other things, it's nice to have that. I don't know. I keep going back and forth. I found one website that sells refurbished ones.
Wait, I have an idea. You should try this. Wow, you can't. You need it sooner than later. Because I was going to say, you basically use that for work.
Yeah.
I wonder if that could be part of your new contract. Because we're going through all that soon. But you can't wait 3 weeks.
No, because they'll just say, I'll give you that instead of a raise. And I don't want that instead of a raise.
You want that 10-cent raise?
I want that 10 cents. I need it. I've already started budgeting for it.
I'm so used to radio and not getting raises in radio. I just am. It's just how it is, man. It's because they always use a thing where it's like you get bonuses. You constantly get bonuses all the time, and you get live reads, and you get remotes. This much
last year.
Oh, dude, that one was hurtful when they pulled that number out. Like, look how much you guys made off of all the extra stuff, and it's like, yeah, but that's still work.
It's still work. It's like saying, look at how much you made from overtime. Be like, yeah, but I worked it. I was there. You owe me that. Like I provided a service and you paid me for it. Like, that's a good thing.
Yeah, because we did question that when we left. We called, and it was a really good meeting and stuff, but it was, why did they throw that? Why did they tell us? Why did they go into our finances and look on how much we made in
extra
in
things.
Bonus and live reads and all? Why? Yeah. What was it? What was that about?
I think...
I can't even remember what the meeting was about. I mean, I'm not mad. By the way,
meeting was about Patreon.
Oh, yeah, there is no... No, if anybody's listening, there is no... I'm not mad. I'm not angry. This isn't...
But we analyze things.
Constantly.
We want to know why things are being brought up.
Because there was... I feel like there was no reason to bring up how much... Or was there a reason to bring up how much we...
Not that I know of. It seemingly felt like it was out of nowhere. I think it was... If we were to say we want X or we want this, they would have been able to
on the Patreon. It's like, hey, we want more of a deal on that.
They would have been like, this is what extra you made, like that can all go away, and blah 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 blah. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I get that. That makes sense why it was said, because it was weird. Like, I wonder why. Because it was not only to tell us, thank you for telling us, but why did you dig into it? Why did you go ask HR what our extras were?
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's very odd.
Now that I think about it now, it's even more odd.
Yeah. The more we talked about it, the more confused we get. Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's get back to the job. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to buy one?
Probably. I like I said, I found one website that has like refurbished ones for fairly cheap, and they come with a 12-month warranty, which I like. And you can also get an extended 3-year warranty that through them where it's like if you spill on it, even said spill, like we'll replace it for no extra cost.
Where's that? That's not Best Buy?
It's called Back Market.
It's it's like something that popped up on my Facebook.
It was an ad that I saw when I searched cheap MacBook Pros. But I went on Back Market and I looked at it and I looked at reviews. I went on Reddit and everybody's like, no, it's legit. Like their prices are fair and they are refurbished. Like they're fixed. They're not brand new. So yeah, they're going to be 40% off or whatever. But Kayla's like you. She's like, I can't do that. I've never heard of that site before.
Yeah.
So
identity's getting stolen there.
Identity's fully stolen, even though nobody's complained about it. But how would we know? They're like, maybe they wiped it from the planet.
A couple things here. People are asking because they're interested in finances. Do you guys get bonuses depending on your ratings or whatever they're called?
Used to.
So we used to get bonuses here on if you made it in a certain demographic for a certain age and a day part and whatever. And there's 3 different ways. There's time spent listening, there's Cume, and then there is just the share, the rating itself, 1 sitting 1, 2, or 3. And there's different levels. So you get more money on if you're 1, you get less money 2 and 3. So yes, we did, but then COVID hit and they said, hey, clients aren't advertising, everybody's scared, so we're going to take away your guys' bonuses. They tried doing that in Clear Channel, iHeartRadio, with all the Dave Ryans and the big contract guys.
Yeah, because those guys reportedly are getting
$30,000 a bonus.
A quarter.
A quarter.
A quarter. So that's Dave 4 times a year.
If Dave Ryan gets number 1, he gets $30,000.
Every 3 months.
Every 3 months.
Which means that's an extra $120,000.
Anyway, he goes, they tried doing that where they go, hey, we're gonna take away bonuses. And he goes, then they go, where's my contract?
No.
Yeah, you're not doing that, or I'm just done, and then you're paying out my contract, so you're gonna owe me $10 million. What do you want to do?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
So they just said no. But here, different.
Whole different story.
So they said, we're gonna get rid of bonuses, and we're like, okay, cool. That was gonna come back. Yup. And they haven't yet. But Joe did say that he's trying to get those back in.
I said it immediately. You were like, I wonder when those will come back. I was like, oh, those aren't coming back.
Yeah, I know. And I felt bad, or I felt stupid, but you are right so far. But Joe did say he's going to try.
Well, he said try, and then he was, because you even said, you're like, do you think those will ever come back? And his first reaction was, no.
So why, though?
You're going to save some money.
But that was what we signed for.
Yeah, but we didn't sign a contract saying that they would do anything. We just signed a thing that said that we'll work here and they'll pay us.
Can they make you get rid of Patreon? I'm sure.
Yeah, they can.
Probably. We're
everybody makes money on that.
Yeah, we're both owners on that. How the heck did they determine the demographic listening? I could be 19 or I could be 53. This is hard. I don't know what we can really talk about on this. You get something that we're not telling you, but you get something in the mail. This is terrible.
It's a bad system, but if you don't know how it works, you've never been sent one. And if you do know how it works, probably didn't. You're not supposed to talk about it.
Do you get $1 every time? Like
they send like $1 or $2. But I think it's like $2.
Well, who's sending that back? Anybody younger than 53 is not sending those things back in the mail.
No, nobody takes the time to do that. Like if somebody said, just think about that. You open up your mailbox and you have homework. Oh,
yeah, I'm
want to do that. I don't want homework.
Dude, if you do something like $25 Amazon gift card, maybe people are going to be sending those things back.
But it's like you gotta get those. Like they send you $2 with the thing.
So the thing is, it's you get that, you send this, you do the thing, and you send it back, and one of those things is considered so many people. You represent your age group, whatever you put in it represents a big number.
Yeah.
Like, so one of you is 1,000 of you in whatever specific location.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be $5, somebody said. Oh, really? I don't know.
So now it's going down?
It's COVID, baby.
Somebody sent us a picture to our Facebook a few years back. They're like, look what I just got in the mail, and it was with $2. That's what I'm basing this off of.
And we couldn't say anything.
We couldn't say anything to them. We couldn't.
Because that's called, if we were to say something to them on something to do, it's called like basically cooking the books. And then then you can lose your job and get sued.
There are phrases you're not supposed to say in the air or they will come after you.
And by the way, this is the system that's been in place forever. It's terrible.
It's not a good system.
I mean, I feel like we're really evolved in technology where people could just have an app on their phone because their phone is always with them. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
What? There was something else I was gonna read this text. Somebody said, "Do you want to sell that coffee swamped laptop?" Wait, I wouldn't. That's all you. You don't want to sell that to a listener.
No, I'm not selling it because
you need to eat that.
I wasn't able to wipe it.
You got to burn that. Yeah, right.
I wasn't able to wipe it of all of the information, and I still want to get stuff on there because the last 2 weeks my external hard drive stopped working, like the port for it did, or the cord. So I was getting a new cord, so I was saving all of our old shows on the laptop. So we've got a month's worth of shows that are just stuck on that laptop right now. Might be gone to the ether.
What are you gonna do then? I mean, if you can't wipe it,
I'll just keep it
forever.
Yeah, keep it forever. Maybe I'll figure out if I can never get it back on, or I might take it apart, try to see if the hard drive is salvageable, so I can at least grab off the hard drive and see if there's anything I can do there.
So weird, man. It's just weird because back in the day, your whole life wasn't. I mean, everything is on a computer now.
Saved data.
Even you freak out, like I've said it before, but you lose your phone. It wasn't back in the day you lost your phone. You're like, I guess I'll go to 7-Eleven, get a new one for $30.
Yeah.
No, this is your whole life is on there and you freak out for a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. I freak out for more than just a little bit. If I lose it, a lot of my life is on it, in technology and everything. So,
yeah, somebody said you got to do that Rice thing really quick. You can pull out the hard drive. I think you were just saying that, right?
Yeah, I'll try to pull out the hard drive and get everything off of it as long as it's not. Otherwise, if I do take it apart or can't take it apart, I'll just drill through the hard drive. I'll just
What does that do?
Kills the hard drive. That's how you're supposed to dispose of your hard drives. Is you're supposed to drill, literally drill through them so they can't be. Because even if you wipe them clean, I guess some people can try to figure out the data on it.
Can't you just break it with a hammer or something? I mean, I guess it's probably easier to do
It's easier to just drill through it.
Even if you drill through it, couldn't you still get some stuff off the sides of it or something?
I just don't even know how that kind of stuff works.
I'm just saying, a hole. It seems like you just couldn't get that section, but it could get the other sections around it.
I don't know if it works like a disc.
Oh, what?
But I also don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Drilling a hole, does that work?
That's what I've been told. Is drill a hole through your hard drive.
It feels like everything's now just in the cloud if people want it.
Yeah, I mean they'll get it.
Dude, we got to get through this. I want to talk about the highest jobs the jobs with the highest suicide rates. We got to number 1. We have 9 more to get through.
Then we just swooned over Rankin for an entire break. My God.
You should try working with a small computer company. Endorse them. Maybe they'll get you one. Right to Jennifer.
I need a new laptop.
Yeah, but tell her it's got to happen soon, not on sales time. When I went over to Liz and I'm like, hey, where's that bow? And she's like, do you need it today? And I'm like, well, yeah. It can't be sales time. It's got to be your time.
Oh, yeah. I'm working with Liz to try to get new windows in my house.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she was like, well, yeah, I mean, when do you need it? I was like, there's black mold on my windows. I taped over all my windows.
Kidding, Liz. We love you.
And they're very wet. My windows are very wet.
Well, so next year, do you need them now?
So pretty soon. Yeah, pretty soon. My kid's got a real nasty cough.
Just down to 1 lung. Kidding, Liz. Kidding.
Got her in an iron lung.
Jake and Tanner show. I'm starting to get excited. We're giving away some tickets for that Shamrock Invitational where they got all the beers, the craft beers and automobile things. And dude, it gets me excited every time I say Shamrock because I think of McDonald's Shamrock Shake, and that is back right now, which in turn reminds me, not only the Shamrock Shake reminds me of spring, but it also reminds me of the fish fries that are happening at the church. And those two things combined are reminding me of spring, and I'm starting to get excited that summer's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of those
shakes
of the Shamrock
I
shake.
haven't either. They're really minty, but
and it's basically only sugar.
But I just like the idea of that summer, and I'm like starting to look for, because Dewey's now at the age where he can't go on a kayak with us, so I'm gonna get I'm looking to buy him a kayak that can sit in my garage or on the ceiling in my garage and never get used.
Yeah, get mold on it after you take it out and you forgot to wash it completely, and then 3 months later.
Not even that. It'll be years later. Like Piper has used hers, I think, twice since, from the 2 years that she's had it.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of PABs. They get blisters on their hand and I'm like, do you not got to hang on to it that tight? They're not these rippling river rapids.
Yeah, I remember that. Everybody was like, oh, these blisters on my hands. I'm like, dude, we were basically just floating.
That's all you had to do. Yeah, so
like it's just drinking on a river.
That's the thing. That's where Piper and Dewey are going to love their kayaks when they're older and they get to go out, because we live right by that river. So they're going to be able to go on the river with their friends and drink beer or whatever kids do nowadays.
Yeah.
Vape. And then that one principal will be there. Pull down your shorts. Let me see where the vape is. Oh, I got info on that.
Oh, there's more now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine, when everybody goes tubing, like the just regular floating down the river on just tubes, he brings his kayak because he was like, then I can control where I am. Why is everybody just floating?
That, because you can just float in a kayak too, and you're not as wet. Like your butt's just hanging in the water, and that's a young man's game. The tubing is for a bunch of seniors on skip day. Let's go down the river, because nobody can afford a kayak yet unless your parents bought you one and it's been hanging in the garage for 5 years.
Yes, that'll be your kids. They'll be the ones that have the cooler tied to their kayak.
Yep.
And they'll be the ones that are paddling to everybody.
Yeah, and then Dad will come and pick them up, because it's literally, or they just walk home.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I'm going to be a terrible dad, but I'm going to be a responsible good dad, because they're going to drink anyway.
Yep.
Hopefully
they're going to drink anyway. You might as well show them how to do it, right?
Yeah, you don't want me to show them. That's not good. No, I don't know. There will be a time when, I don't know where that is yet, where it's going to be like, hey, do you want to have a beer? But they're not 21.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It'll probably be like right after they graduate.
Wisconsin, you can do that.
You can do it anytime. You could take Dewey to the bar right now and hand him a drink. Legally, you could.
I thought it was really weird when I was like 20 and I was at Angie's graduation party thing in her backyard. Yeah. I tried talking her out of that. I'm like, this is going to be so stupid, Angie.
You tried talking her out of her party?
Yeah. This is going to be so ridiculous. And anyway,
so I'm going to have to be there.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there.
I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Her dad handed me a beer. And that was a weird thing, because at this point I've been in Angie's life and Gordon's life for the last 4 years. So it hit a weird level where it was like, oh, he's looking at me a little different now that I'm not just a kid. And I'm like, wait, you want me to have one of those? So
do you want me to just open it for you?
I cracked and dropped to one knee and just downed it.
Yeah. You shotgun it really quick.
Yeah, and I go, give me another one.
Yeah. Get out of here.
It's weird. It's in a weird situation though, right? When they're young like that, because you gotta train your kids to because they're gonna. I mean, at 18 years old, I'm just looking back at me and you. We drank.
Yes. Yeah, it's such a weird concept, because my parents have done the same thing where they took me to the bar and I sat and drank with them at the bar. Granted, when my life was falling apart, I turned to drinking instead of, therapy and stuff. So maybe it's not the best idea. But they said, like, you're going to drink.
Let's take some Lexapro.
They're like, you're going to drink. I just don't want you to drink in a field where you pass out on your back and nobody.
Well, that's going to happen no matter what.
But at least it was like, at least if you see somebody passed out on their back, you can roll them on their stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, and mine
Which I did. I rolled Drake right into a pile of cow poop. I had to drag him like 10 feet, too. That's all I wanted to do.
My old man wouldn't care if I don't think he'd want to come pick me up. He'd probably be just like my mom. It was, again, a bad relationship. Alcohol's always has been because mom hated it so much because my dad drank a lot.
Yeah.
So it was always a negative thing. So I dared never call my mom if I was drinking and say, hey, I can't make it home on curfew because, I had too much to drink, or I'd formulate some kind of lie, or I would just drive home after I drank because I would rather risk it than get in trouble by my mom.
Yeah. Because once again, at 16, 17 years old, you're not going to die. So,
right.
Like, that's what you think.
Spectator of death. Nothing's bad's going to happen, but terrible decisions. And I do, it's not good to do that, but what do you do? I don't want to go down this topic because we've done this before, but it's a weird parenting thing where
it's just a balancing between respect and friendship.
Yeah. I guess.
So that's depressing. Who else wants to kill themselves?
All right. So you want to talk about, so Tanner had a story last week talking about this Searing school, a high school where the principal, what's her last name? Because it's in here now.
I don't know the principal. I know the superintendent.
What's that last name?
Casper.
Yeah. That's who they're talking about.
Okay.
So apparently there was these group of high schoolers that happened like a couple months ago or a month ago where they got caught vaping and they were looking for a vape, and they ended up, the students said that they had to do a strip search, and it got, the story on it's where it sounded like they were getting naked or whatever looking for this vape.
Yeah, and Suring's a small town, and it's near my small town, so small town. It's spread to where between the person where it happened to and by the time it got to me, it was like this 15-year-old was completely naked in front of like 5 teachers.
Right.
And from what I understand, that didn't happen.
Okay, well, here, this woman named Raylene.
Okay.
I really like that name.
Raylene. But then you just call her Ray, right?
Yeah, I don't like the lean at the end.
Yeah, lean is trashy.
Or what about Raylan? Oh, that's too dirty.
Yeah, Ray. Yeah, because immediately it's going to be like, I'm Raylan.
Dang it. All right, so Raylan got a call from the high school saying, hey, your 16-year-old little brat-ass daughter had been searched. Assumed they meant her daughter's locker. You would do that. You'd be like, what'd you find in the locker? Playboys.
Yeah. Would you find a few calculators?
Was that it? Did you find those little snaps? Did she have firecrackers in there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, anyway, Casper told her on January 17th, called that they had found a vaping device, and her daughter would receive a 5-day in-school suspension and be fine. Now, the mom was like, okay. Raylene's like, I get it. She shouldn't have brought it to school. When her daughter got home, she grounded her.
Yep.
Said, you're grounded. Get to your room. And she's like, Mom, I want to tell you the story, though. The mom tells her the story. She found out that the whole story is her daughter and 5 other female students had been forced to strip to their undergarments as Casper and school nurse. By the way, Casper is a female superintendent. Yes. School nurse, both women, it says right there, searched them for vaping devices. Which, by the way, I find that one weird. Because it's not like somebody died and they were like, the weapon was a machete and the last girl was that 16-year-old girl that had it. Like it's a vaping device.
Dude, I had Casper as my principal all through high school. And literally my first cigarette I ever had, I got a ticket for because she was in a bush taking names. It's like, you want to make fun of her for how serious she's taking it, but also like, dude, I'm still pretty dependent on nicotine, and if I could have had that stopped a little easier,
sure,
like maybe I wouldn't be as dependent on nicotine as I am now.
Look, playing the devil's advocate, kind of being on her side with this.
Yeah, where it's
but a vaping device for a strip search for 5 girls, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yeah, what was the strip search like?
Okay, I'm going to talk to you about that. But I get kind of what you're saying now. I didn't look at it that way where it's like, hey, I just stopped a lifelong addiction to possibly them dying.
Yeah, this is it becomes an addiction that's not even a fun one.
So anyway, the mom says, I'm super angry. She called a friend who is an attorney. Dude, why don't I got any friends that are like good job? I mean, they have good jobs.
I don't have
but
any
like
attorney friends either.
I got you, and you're in the same flipping career.
Yeah. And the best I can do is I can be the middleman between like you and Dave. Like Dave can help with stuff.
God.
Like that's what it is.
We need to get some. Dude, we need to write a list of friends.
Well, we have we have the therapist that would probably help us out, but also that seems like a conflict.
Yeah, we need somebody that's like law. Medical would be great.
Oh God, medical would be great.
Dude, we should be friends with Rankin. Dr. Rankin could be our friends because then we could just call him out of the blue or text and be like, hey, my kid, can you look at this? And then it's just really a picture handsome. Of your bathing suit area. And then he's like, what's going on? Nothing. I just wanted you to see that LOL.
Hey, is this poop normal? Your kid made that? No, I did. Is that normal?
Come on, Dr. Rankin, be our friend.
We can be friends. Didn't somebody reach out to him to see if they would make something for us for JTVX? And he was like, nah, I ain't doing that.
I'll tell you this. We would be the DILFs if we ever went out to drink beers. And he's a pediatrician. Like, could you even imagine going out to the bar with that dude?
How many segments can we do on Rankin?
Nothing. Let's continue.
But just let's all take a moment. Rankin.
Lordy.
Is it hot in here or is it Rankin?
His name's a verb? Oh, God.
So what happened? What was these strip searches like?
You know what I want to do? I want to talk to Rankin's... I want to talk to Rankin's wife just to see the douchebagginess. You know what I mean? Because she would... She would know.
Out of breath.
Bull. She would be like, oh, he's done this and he's done that. Oh, I don't find him sexy at all. He's an idiot. That's who we need to hear from is Rankin's wife. Let's not forget he's married.
Yeah, that's...
Women?
Like, I want to know... Like, does he cut him in bed? Like, does he Dutch oven you?
Yeah, that's the stuff like that.
What is it? He's got to do... God, I'm looking at a picture of him.
Damn it.
So handsome. He looks like... You know what? He honestly, he looks like he would have a great singing voice. I'm not sure why, but it looks like he would be a really talented singer.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. And he saves children. Also gives lots of bad news, too, so whatever.
Yeah, so there's also that.
All right. So anyway, here we go. Let me get back onto the Syrian thing. So more than a month after the searches occurred, okay, the small town of Oconto County, boy, you want to talk about big news in your small town.
This was big news in 5 small towns.
Yeah. Some are questioning whether the searches should have occurred over something like a vaping device. That's kind of where I am, right?
Yeah, I get that. It's like, dude, it's pretty harmless. Like, it's only hurting the people that have it. But once again, it's illegal. It's an illegal substance for them to have.
Nico just said that we're simps. I don't know what that means. What does simp mean?
I think, okay. So I don't know what it stands for, or if it is an acronym for something. But when you simp over somebody, it's you're thirsty for them. What is it?
I got you.
Yeah, what was thirsty? But then there was another whipped.
You're whipped for them?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, Nico, you got to start using Generation X and millennial terms. None of this new stuff.
Yeah, you can't use simp.
Okay, so nearly 50 students showed up, parents showed up at the last school board meeting. All right. Okay. So. Looking into the situation, that one of the parents said, my daughter, this is a little bit far, I think. My daughter says she can't even physically go into the school without dry heaving and shaking now. So tell me that this woman did nothing wrong. Dude, okay, listen, I think she did do something wrong, again, for the vaping device, and I'm going to continue on what happened and what the student said. But that is a kid giving the middle finger to the school and making it bigger than what it is. To me, it is a big deal. It is a big deal, but shaking and dry heaving, and that's the mom going, I believe her. Because if I were to say that to my dad would be like, shut up. But my mom would be like, no, he's probably something's wrong.
Yeah, no.
But my old man would be like, you are not dry heaving and shaking.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. Not at all.
Hey, am I saying searing wrong?
Suring.
I thought it was searing school.
It's like during, but with an S.
Gotcha, searing school. I hate how Jake says searing.
That's a weird thing to hate.
That is. You can hate other things.
Yeah.
7480, you can hate this. If you're watching the cameras right now, you can see what I was doing.
I was going to say, if they're not watching the cameras, you're just moaning.
All right. Maybe she can. I mean, if she can't go there because it's that traumatic, I feel bad.
But also, what happened? That's the thing. That reaction needs to be fit for what happened to her. Like, what was the search? They went through your stuff. Did they find a bunch of vape pens on you? Because if they did, then they're like, were they justified to search them? But I don't know what the extent of the search was. Once again, the Oconto County Police Department went through and they found that there are no charges that they can put.
Correct. Now, Casper, who is a superintendent, searched the girls and asked one student to pull her bra away from her body, but her breasts were not exposed. Okay. Another student said she was asked to pull her bra, and her breasts were exposed. It's getting weirder. That's weirder, right?
But that's okay. Student said that, right?
It's a student saying this,
and students are going to, dude,
or they're telling the truth.
Yeah, or they're telling the truth. I know this superintendent. I went to her school. It's so easy to hate her, and we all.
So you think it could possibly be like, I'm going to make this worse than what it is.
I'm going to make this worse for her.
Yeah, but if were they all like standing in line? Can't the other students go, no, that wasn't your breast?
But if they're all friends, I mean, they're all dirty vape kids.
Oh, I hate dirty vape kids.
Yeah, no, I get it. Dude, you're like 15, you hate your superintendent, of course.
But also, even if you're getting... Dude, if I had a bathing suit on underneath and Casper was like, take it down, I would still feel weirdly violated, like just showing me in my bathing, like a bra and underwear. That would feel weird.
It would definitely feel weird.
Okay.
But is it against their rights? I don't know the rights of the school. Like, if they have suspected illegal substances on them, what is the precautions they can take and what do they have to do?
And now here it is, he says, Dirty Vape Kid says, because now they're like, the nurse and Casper's like, dude, no, I never saw her breasts.
Yeah.
And then the other kid's like, yeah, you did. So, yeah. Let me see. 2 students that were searched had to say they weren't wearing underwear and were allowed to leave the leggings they were wearing on. And then Casper patted down the girls on the outside of their legs. Again, I keep going. This is really extreme for a vape. I'm looking at it that way. Now, I see what you're saying. Hey, it's an illegal substance.
It's still illegal. Like, you got to take it.
That's a weird thing. Like, to strip search.
She's got a weird thing against it.
Well, I'm just saying for any school. That's a weird thing to strip search. Dude, you have got to call parents and say, hey, you got to come in here because we got to do a strip search here. And then
I want to search their stuff.
Oh, that'd be so weird.
Like I said, I don't know what the rule is.
Dude, Casper puts on a glove.
I was like, oof.
We're gonna make you cough now. It's like, okay, where is, like, to me that's really far.
Yeah,
for a vape pen.
Yeah, so there's always the question of where's the line. Where's the line? Like, would you do that? Would you search them if you thought that they had a flask on them filled with liquor? Would you do that same thing if that vape pen could have had weed in it? You know what I mean?
I love me some weed.
Because they do that. So the only line that you can do is, the law. Here's the law. If it's illegal for them to have it, we have to go through the same things.
I think I would be terrible then as a principal because I would have just been like, dude, you guys, there's a vape. You can't bring vape pens in, you dirty vape kids.
Yeah, leave it in your car.
Can you go put it in your car? If you have it on you, can you please go put it in your car?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Yep. And
when I get back, all of these things should be out.
Yeah.
Of this school.
Is this true? Somebody on the text line said, try standing in a line in your underwear in gym for scoliosis check. That's an old thing, right? Like, or they don't do that now. Or why are you in undies?
Yeah, I don't think so.
The only thing that would make this worse if there were different races. Oh yeah, that would blow this out.
Yeah, probably.
To have underage person strip should be illegal, especially if a parent's not there. I agree with that one. The parent should have been. And then the parent could be like, yeah, no, that's not happening. Go ahead and suspend them.
Yeah, that's it's weird, but I guess they're allowed to. You know what I mean?
See? This public school system, man.
Yeah, I guess they're allowed to do that because if they weren't allowed to do that, then there would be charges filed. But I guess since it was all same gender and the nurse was involved, and you kind of expect
I get the gender thing, but what if, it is the same gender, but so what if there's
like male teachers?
What if Casper was actually turned on by women? You know what I mean? It's like we're living in 2022 now.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying, but it's also like, I don't know. It's... just have the. I don't know why Casper needed to be involved. It probably should have just been the nurse. She's the one that's kind of more qualified for stuff like that.
I definitely think it was handled poorly. With the parents should have been informed, and the parents could have either said yes or no, and then it could have been the option. Well, if we're not going to do this, then your kid will be suspended for 5 days or 3 days, and then you could have been like, okay. Well, I'll make that decision. And if you did not want to make that decision, you're like, well, I don't want her to suspend him. I will be there. Then the parent shows up, and then there is a search with the parent there and the nurse.
Yeah, so I would have... Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying that I think they did the right thing. I would have been furious if my kid came home and said, I had to get down to my bra and underwear today because they thought I had a vape. And be like, dude, nobody called me? Like, you got to call. Even if you're allowed... like you send your kids there and there's an agreement that you sign and things like these are things that they're allowed to do if they're breaking these kinds of rules. And even if they are fully in their rights to do it, you still should call. Like, because you're not, like, how often are you strip searching kids?
Right. All right. I'm glad we got to the bottom. Did you read that? I'm glad we got to the bottom of this. We're trying to help out as much as we can.
Yeah.
Hey, we're here to give you the news. In a small town called Srin. Don't tell me how to pronounce things.
Searing.
Stupid text line.
Stupid dumb text line. Bunch of dirty vape kids. That's what they is.
Again, that's a thing that I never had to deal with when I was a kid. We never had such a thing as vaping. It was just cigarettes. It was actually, and I remember I had cigarettes in my car. It was up. I kept them up in the visor because that's where cool people all the cool kids kept their cigarettes up in the visor.
They'd fall in your lap and you'd catch them.
And I was driving I stopped at the store and Mr. Burke and somebody else were teachers and they were I'm probably older than those teachers now. That's so weird to think. They age too unless they're dead, but I'm at that time I'm older and I'm confusing everything. They came up to my window. I'm like 16, 17 at this time. They came up to the window and they're like, yo, what's all this? What's all these cigarettes doing up there? And I'm like, what cigarettes? But they were like, you really shouldn't do that. And then they just kind of walked away and never heard anything more about it. Now, I wasn't on school grounds, but
yeah,
they were teachers like, you're going to do what you're going to do and just stop being, I don't know. They were cool.
We had, they weren't allowed to go through our cars in school, so that's where we all kept our cigarettes.
Yeah.
But then also in during a yearbook, we had to pair up and then go sell ads.
We did that too. Yeah.
Just do the absolute worst. That's right there. I knew I was like, I'm not going to be a salesman. I think.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
But like, I remember we got back, and our teacher was just like, "Did you guys sell anything, or did you just go chain smoke cigarettes?" And I was like, both. And then I remember I was sick one day, and it was right after I graduated, and I was still doing yearbook stuff, so I had to go into the school, which really sucked.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I don't feel good. She's like, why don't you just go have a menthol quick? And I was like,
all right,
I guess.
Yeah, that's funny because my teacher was. She never told me to go smoke, but she didn't care. She knew I was doing it. That's the yearbook teacher. They must be really lenient or real
super
cool.
laid back.
Or just hated their job because mine hated her job. She wanted to go back to Mackinac Island and work on one of the little shops because she wasn't getting paid enough to be a yearbook teacher.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if she hated her job.
I went with Bubba one time to go. I know.
I don't know what to do. Are we just going to run 2 commercials at the same time?
Let me see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say 10 minutes.
Oh, so we have to get out in a minute and a half.
So I went with Bubba one time to sell those ads.
Mm-hmm.
I drove my Probe. And
yep.
I went to back up into a parking spot.
Yep.
And I hit the gas, must have been too hard, and I jumped the curb, and I'm the curb part, or where, you know what I mean? It's like it's not the curb, it's one of those little curbs.
It's one of the parking spot.
And I got a little stuck, and then I'm sitting there spinning, and I finally, it's like smoke, and then finally bang bang, and I get back over the curb, and I park it, and I'm like, "You ready?" He's like, "Dude, we are not going in here."
Yeah,
to sell
you gotta pull a kip from Napoleon Dynamite. Break the thing. Ding it. And just drive away. Like you ruined it.
A couple guys are just like looking out the window. And I'm like, and I'm so dumb. I'm like, all right, let's go sell this.
Yeah, let's they're gonna feel sorry for us, so they'll probably buy it.
All right. Hey, real quick, faster, easier, more convenient, giving you more time than what really matters. That's Appleton Airport, man. And when we talking about getting there and faster, meaning you get to that vacation quicker. Sooner. Spend more time with the family and friends, or just by yourself. Again, if you're going alone, that's good too. You can skip the drive to Milwaukee because Appleton is easy, fast, and convenient, man. Close to home.
You know, the biggest part about it is it's not the going to, it's the when you're home and you're flying back from one of your vacations.
That's big.
And you've got to drive. And if like for me, if I had to drive to Chicago or Milwaukee, I have another 3 to 4 hour drive before I'm home.
I get that. That is terrible.
I don't want to do that.
Fly right into Appleton.
Fly right into Appleton. I'm home, basically.
And it's really quick when you're there and you're getting your bags and you're trying to go through the TSA lines. Super quick. Easy in, easy out. Check them out. Appleton Airport. By the way, we're there this Friday, 2:30 to 4:30. Make sure you listen to us on the radio because we're going to have some drinks. Yeah, We got to get to the professions with the highest suicide rate.
We'll get there, I swear.
It's the Jake and Tanner show. You know, I was thinking about this today. It's so weird that I lived in a time, well, where we highlighted our hair. What?
I just read a text, and I think it's the funniest text.
On here?
Yeah.
I'm a nurse?
No. 2729. I'll just read it. I had a friend in high school who would smoke weed at lunch. We had gym right after, and she'd always ask to borrow my body spray. She's probably dead now.
Probably. Or she's just super cool and doesn't talk to you anymore. Why would she be dead?
I know. She smoked weed in high school, and she's like, hey, yeah, she's for sure dead.
So I was thinking about this this morning, where my hair used to be highlighted. And this is 99 or 2000, where you would just like, I don't know, it was just highlighted, blonde, like little bits and pieces, not the whole thing, just little highlights.
I did highlights in 2002.
Yeah, so we're probably right around that same...
Like early 2000s, I did strawberry blonde highlights in my brown hair.
I did that for like a year. And think about this. There is no documentation of me doing that because at the time we didn't have camera phones.
No.
So there would be times...
And kids weren't developing film.
No, and my parents, they weren't taking pictures during Christmas. We were too poor to have a video camera and all that. So think about this. There was a time when you could go an entire year without taking or being part of a photo.
Yeah, there are some years of mine where the only photos of me from that year are the school photo.
See, I didn't even do those.
Well, wouldn't they still make you take a school photo?
Oh, sorry.
So
like I say, but I was like 18 or 19 at this time when I wasn't even in school at this time.
But I'm saying like there are years in my childhood where the only picture taken of me was at school. Yeah, not just the highlight thing, but like when you were 11, the only picture of you was from a school photo.
Wild, man. That's crazy. And how many photos get snapped are put in the cloud? It stresses me out completely, but it's weird that you could go.
My kid
no documentation of my hair to look like. Nobody knows because nobody has pictures of it.
My daughter for sure, maybe son, has more pictures of them now than I had my entire adolescence.
That's why I find it weird if you're ever going through somebody's Facebook and you're looking through pictures and you're like, wait, is this when they're in high school? Hold on, that's not. And then because I forget that social media was a thing in high school for people.
Missed a lot of golden years for mine because we didn't get Facebook until like our junior year of high school. So there's like some pictures of it, but most of it was all MySpace, and that's all gone on the internet now.
I'm starting to hate him more and more.
You know what bothered me the most is that he eats hard-boiled eggs and he peels them over the trash.
Oh, that's him doing the hard-boiled egg thing? Mm-hmm. Bothers me the most is he's like Mr. Rogers and takes his boots off and puts shoes on in here.
Yeah, I did that one time. And the only reason I did it is because I was wearing shoes that I needed to tie. And when I got up in the morning, I could just push on my boots. But I didn't bring my boots in here. I took them off in the truck.
What are you doing wearing boots?
Like I said, there were shoes that I had to tie, and I didn't feel like bending over and tying them.
Why don't you do the boot thing?
So I just pushed on my work boots.
Why don't you just tie the knot at the end of the lace, loosen them up, and now you just...
Yeah, I do that.
Well, why don't you do that?
I don't want to walk
Oh, wait, you're
around.
not talking here. You're talking... Are you talking about your factory job?
They were my factory boots.
So why aren't you just doing that with your laces? I'm trying to solve problems for him, putting out fires left and right.
With my other shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, I do that now. These were different shoes.
This was different times.
These were more like running shoes.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that as much with those.
Were you running? Were you running to your car, running to here? Like, what do you mean?
I just like them.
What do you mean you can't do that with those shoes? Of course you can loosen those up.
I know I could, but I didn't. But they didn't look as good.
Laces are for PABs. I can't stand laces.
That's so weird. You have such weird values. opinions. Like, school is stupid, but so are laces.
Laces are for losers. Boot Barn is coming to Appleton. Nice. All right, let me go through the suicide rates here.
Okay, yes.
Switch gears.
So number 2.
Medical doctors were number 1. We solved that. They're drunks.
Yeah.
And Rankin's good looking, and we're sick of hearing it.
And we can't go 3 segments on him.
Number 2 for the highest suicide rates. Or could we? Now,
I don't know if I could do around 3, Rankin. I need to drink some water first.
Oh, man. Dennis.
Just all Dennises?
Dennis. Okay, I see what you did there.
My neighbor Dennis, he's super depressed.
All the Dennises I know. I'm sorry, that's the Michigan language coming out where you don't say your T's from Michigan. So, dentist.
Yes, a dentist.
We were saying that, like, because I don't think Angie's never worked for anybody that's opted, but I've heard her say that off themselves. But I've heard her say that that her field, a lot of dentists do that.
Yeah, because we said before, unless you're inheriting a dentistry, like you don't switch. Like you just don't switch ever.
The loan's got to be big.
Move.
Do you think that all deals with finances?
I think it becomes finance because you need a lot of stuff to start a dentistry. And then clients aren't regularly looking for you only really go to the dentist twice a year unless you have something wrong. And then when you have something wrong, it's usually, unless you move, you know what I mean? If you move, did you just crack your jaw?
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah, I can do that.
Ow.
Just this side. I can't do this side.
Did you see? I just need to say this. That cracking your neck, you have a 1 in 20,000 chance of,
paralyzing yourself?
No, of.
Oh, wait. Aneurysms?
Seizures? Causing a blood clot to go to your brain.
Oh, Lord. I don't want that.
So, and then having a stroke. But either way, unless you move, you're not really switching dentists than the one that you've always gone to.
Dude, dentists are so
cocky.
No.
They think they're gods.
No.
Gods of teeth.
Super feminine. Am I saying that right?
Like they're
not feminism. Well, I mean a little, but they're just they're
feminine.
Feminine, that's the word. Which is fine. But because I've been around a lot of dentists because Angie's in the career, and every single person she's worked for, and you want to know why? Is because they're all women that work with them. Mm-hmm. Unless, I mean, obviously there's a female dentist too, but if you're a male dentist, then it's
you get female hygienist,
the assistant, the reception. So they all, I mean, it's all girl talk all the time.
Yeah.
No wonder I'm so disappointed in this dentist. I like him. But he doesn't invite the men to the holiday parties. No husbands are allowed.
Yeah.
And
I assume they're just orgies. Or he's hoping for one.
Maybe. It's either he's hoping for one or he doesn't. I get it because it is weird because other men don't want to talk to other husbands and then the women are worried that their man is not having fun. But I'd like to be invited. I'd like to be invited so I can say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but I think it's also maybe because, I don't know, I don't want to say it because it's probably just super mean, but maybe it's just because we're not women. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know this. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk girl stuff. Let's talk tampons.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
I think they're cool.
I do too.
Snug, I guess.
Snug like a bug in a rug.
I don't like any of that because I can picture it. My dentist wasn't very effeminate, but he didn't have he was the only one there, and it was also only one hygienist, but he was just a gun-toting Christian. And it was always crazy because he'd be like working on my teeth and he'd be like, I just got this new gun and I shot 15 squirrels last night. And glory to God for giving me so many squirrels and ammo. And I'd be like, what?
Glory to God.
Oh, glory to God for all the ammo in America. Thank you very much. You have cavities.
Yeah, man. When I was a kid, I never went to the dentist. I think of one time I went there, and they were like, "Wow, you're riddled." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I can't eat anything without my teeth hurt." And it was just old school. Like they had like the sink right beside me, but
It was
the
opposite.
one where you spit?
I wouldn't spit. You would spit in my mouth.
Yeah, and then
real weird. Different time back then.
They would always be like, "Do you want me to spit in the sink?" Be like, "Nah, right here."
Just he opens his mouth.
Opens his mouth right here. It's how I know how many cavities you have. Okay.
I just swish it around,
and then I spit it out, and I can tell you if you're not flossing. I don't think you're flossing. There's a lot of junk in there. Thank you, doctor.
Dentists are weird. You gotta be so weird. I get it now. Suicide rate's so high.
You know what I'd like to know? I would like any doctor to handle, or any dentist to handle like a cardiac arrest. Like a fake one to see if they could.
They kind of just look around waiting for a real doctor.
Yeah, like I want to know because like, listen, we're doctors. And be like, but like,
okay, listen, if like Rankin, the pediatrician, and some dentist is going out to a bar,
and somebody
who's
says,
bringing home the most numbers?
Well, here's the thing. Say you've got a doctor, a medical doctor. You've got Rankin. You've got a dentist, and you've got like a PhD for like you have your doctorate in education or something like that. And somebody says, "Is there a doctor here?" The dentist and the education doctor, they're not raising their hand because they know that somebody's like, "Is there a doctor here? What's the proper way to floss?" Or, "Is there a doctor here? If I build a building, should I use triangles or squares?" Nobody's ever doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Take that, dentist.
So you sit down. If anybody asks, "Is there a doctor here?" and you're a dentist, zip it.
Is that even a sexy job?
A dentist?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Because you know they're judging your teeth. Angie judges teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly.
Hardcore.
Do you want that?
No.
No. You don't want to know. Like if you're sitting there and she's like, "You gotta really get in there," like that's all you're gonna think about.
But they're not. That's not even like even taking that out. That's just not a sexy career, is it? Like I'm a dentist.
It's like, what do you do all day? "Oh, I put my fingers in people's mouths." Whose mouths? Anybody who walks in the building.
Because anybody that walks through those doors.
Anybody who's got a decent insurance card. Eventually my fingers will be in that mouth.
There was and it's usually there's always a wife that is involved. Where Angie works, it's cool because the wife is actually another dentist. So they're like two powerhouses walking through there, and they're really nice people. They're really great. Mm-hmm. But usually, what'll happen at those places is the wife. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that women cannot be dentists. You can.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in all of Angie's places that she's worked, the guy's the dentist, and then the wife handles the financing or the reception, like she's there.
The business.
And do they have power trips? Even though they don't have any schooling really for any of it, they are really the bosses there.
Yeah.
There was one, I don't want to say the name here.
Because it's in this area.
It's in this area. They were terrible to work for. I hope they're listening because they're the worst. They were Scientologist. Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah, and the
in
wife
this area.
And they always hired. Like Angie she sent her stuff out when we were in Traverse City and went to Green Bay. She got a call real quick, and we're like, wow. And she didn't have like tons of experience like she does now. Mm-hmm. She got offered the job, and she figured out why. Then there's other people that work there that are from out of state. They hire them because they don't know how terrible that woman is to work for. You don't work for the dentist. You work for
the
her
wife.
That is not even a dentist. She was terrible. My wife would cry all the time coming home. And my wife's sensitive, but she never does that really with work.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to the Christmas party, and boy, this woman was
the worst.
The worst. Thank you, by the way, for the nice dinner and stuff. And it was a great dinner, and I was very appreciative. But you were the worst.
Yeah, but you suck.
The dentist was really nice. Like he was asking questions. He was really friendly, but she was tough, man.
He knows. It's always interesting when you meet somebody who knows that their wife sucks.
Oh, are you talking about any time?
When
you make a friend and then you're like, oh, this is gonna be great. We can hang out. And then you're like, oh, I hate his wife, or she hates the husband. And it's like,
when you hate somebody's significant other, it's so hard. Mm-hmm. Because all you want to do is trash talk them.
Well, then if they come over for like a dinner, and then he comes out to the garage while you're cooking, and you're like,
and you both kind of know, like, we're not friends.
Neither of us really like each other, but we're just kind of here.
Yeah.
We're not in the same. I'm on beer 15, and you're drinking water.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, or you're telling me about how there are lizard people trying to eat my brains.
I think you would have a lot of fun with that.
No,
until you started drinking a little bit more, and then you would be like, you're crazy.
Let me tell you this. I don't need to be drinking to look somebody in the face and say, you're a crazy person.
Do you talk to Lindsay ever?
Yes.
Do you get mad?
I tell her she's crazy.
Do you get like
I've told her
mad?
Not really.
Do you get as
Lindsay and I have a really good debating relationship.
Well, let me ask you this: what would make you more mad? Her telling you about Trump and or lizard people or anything like that, or her setting up a remote on a Saturday in Howard?
Oh, I think both of them should be considered war crimes.
Hey, listen,
it's about half and half.
The only reason we say this is because you're a friend, and if a friend came to me and said, "Hey, we're going to set up a remote on Saturday for you, and it's going to be in Howard," we would tell them, "Stop being friends," because it's terrible. If it's a client we didn't know, we'd be like, "Well, be there. It's fun."
There,
but we're just
so
being
happy.
We're just being. Yeah. And by the way, we're new boo goofing.
Yeah.
We're just goofing around with you, Linz.
But yeah, Linz. Just new boo goofing.
New boo goofing.
I'll tell people if I think they're crazy, but not just for different beliefs. They need to say some really crazy stuff, like
lizard people,
like
or if there's
JFK
giants.
Jr. is still alive. The Earth is flat. Like there's a secret society of people that eat babies. Like it's.
Piper's still questioning that Earth thing. She said something the other day again about something that was like, you know how kind of like they say if the moon's out and the sun's out or whatever, like if that happens at the same time, like the sun's over here, but the moon's over. How is this happening if it's not flat? You know what I mean? Have you ever heard that argument?
No.
You have to Google that one. But it was something similar to that where it's like, I kind of see what you're saying, but how you're too young to ask questions like this.
Yeah, and there's a really good channel on YouTube. I think they're called The Middle Ground or something like that. It's a really interesting one. They have a group of scientists, and then they have a group of flat earthers, and they sit together and they have to talk to each other.
Wait, flat earthers aren't scientists?
Most of the time, no, Jake. This is what I've learned is that most of the time they don't have any degree in any way, and they just say things like, use your eyes. I have a camera, and I zoomed it all the way out into the ocean. Where's the curve? And that's usually their whole argument. Is just be like, yeah, but we can tell by this, and be like, when did we stop trusting our eyes? And it's like, okay.
That's my favorite. All right.
They're crazy people.
Hey, listen, we got to get to number 3 on this list.
We'll get there, man. We got 2 breaks left. We can do it.
It's the Jake and Tanner Show.
had to move us.
That one might be fun too. All right.
I was like just watching Who's Line and being like,
yeah, let's just
be fun.
Well, those nobody really watches those anymore anyway, right?
Yeah, I think it might just be me.
Okay. All right, back to this.
And can we, other than right now, can we vow to not talk about Rankin at all this break?
You just did.
No, I said other than now.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. Oh, you did say other than now. Hey, we got a giveaway. We're going to do this at the end of this segment here. Pair of tickets to the 4th Annual Shamrock Craft Beer Invitational. But first, let's go through 8. We only got to number 2 on the list of highest suicide rates. What jobs have them?
It was doctors and then anybody named Dennis.
Yeah. Michigan people know what I'm talking about. Number 3 was police officers.
Yeah, I think you see, nobody ever calls you to be like, hey, we're having a barbecue. Like, if you're on work, like, you're seeing terrible things.
You remember whatever state was doing that or whatever city with police officers. Oh, dude, you should. No, I mean, you shouldn't do this. That came out very wrong.
I'm so excited.
Well, they would pull you over and give you a good ticket and give you like a $20 gift certificate because you were following the rules. Oh, dude, it would be so irritating.
You know how upset I would be?
I mean, the relief would be great.
Yeah, but like, still, dude, I still got places to be.
What they were trying to do is because police officers always give bad news when they pull you over.
Yeah. Yeah, the best news if you get pulled over is I'm just not going to do my job right now, and you can just go. Like when I got pulled over because I was in the median because I dropped a cinnamon roll on my lap. It was a real low point in my life. Not rock bottom yet. I found it.
Did you have to tell him?
Oh yeah, I still had frosting all over my lap. And then he was like, "What are you doing?" And so he's like, "You're on your phone, aren't you?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Dude, you were in the median." I was like, "I dropped a cinnamon roll." And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Look at my lap."
Kind of sucks too because he's probably dropped a cinnamon roll, and
We've all dropped food in the car.
He's been in the median, but you know he sees you and he has the power to get you a ticket. But he didn't. He was like,
"No, he was
felt
like,
bad.
Yeah, he was like, you're a super pathetic guy, and I feel really bad for you.
Yeah.
So why you go on get." You know what I wanted him to say though? I wanted him to say, "Dude, you handled your car really well in the median." Because I feel like I did.
Yeah. Where are you at? What median is this?
It's in between. It was by Lena, so the median's all like grass. It's like a ditch.
Oh, you went into the ditch?
Yeah, and I got out perfectly.
Oh, dude, no wonder he's pulling you over.
Well, yeah. I was not saying like he had no right to pull me over.
Where'd you get a cinnamon bun or whatever?
I got it at a gas station.
Why didn't you just eat it fast?
It was a big cinnamon roll.
Where did you drop it?
On my lap.
It's not hot. It wasn't like a cigarette.
I know, but I still dropped it.
It's not like you saw a spider.
Yeah, but I didn't want it to hit the gross ground. I couldn't eat it then.
So did you just go, see, you're like the same way. Like if I see a spider, I'm standing up in my seat. Jesus, take the wheel because I'm all, it's whatever.
I'm hitting cruise and jumping in the back, hoping that the factory did a good job.
Right. You do the same thing with the cinnamon. Like you could have stayed on and just looked down and looked up, looked down, looked up. What'd you do? Did you just all mine go, just no hands?
Well, I went to grab it and then I turned and then I was in the media.
Why didn't I ever hear this story?
I'm 90% sure I told you. It happened it might have happened right before Christmas vacation.
Okay.
So it was like 2 weeks before.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And I mean, I was in the media. I almost like 2 more seconds and I would have been in the other lane of the 4 lane. And
let me ask you this. The median and the trip and the police, worth it for that? Was that good?
Honestly, it was a little dry. if I'm being honest, that cinnamon roll was a bit dry. I almost was happy.
Was that a Quick Trip one?
No, not even.
Was it a BP?
No,
BP's Dane. That's risky.
It was the store.
That's like
ever heard of that?
Store. You might have. That's like sleeping in a Ramada.
I might as well have just asked the person behind the counter to spit in my mouth and say cinnamon roll. But yeah, I will tell you this. I'm still very proud of how I got in and out of that ditch. I'm not proud of that. But how I got out of it.
That just scared the Jesus out of you.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wasn't I was scared.
Yeah.
But I got out. I handled it so well. I was like, I could be in Fast and the Furious. I could handle this.
That's funny because I there's points in my life that I think I would be really good at NASCAR because I'm good at going to the left. Like I'm really good. Left is my strong turn. And I think, and I'm like really, I don't know about my reflexes now. This is what I'm talking to when I was 20. Better reflexes. Yeah. I got super good reflexes. Probably still now. But I feel like that and bull riding, I'd be fantastic.
You do have a nice low center of gravity. So bull riding might be fine.
I think it would be easy too.
Me too. You just sit.
Yeah.
8 seconds. You can do anything for 8 seconds.
Thank you.
I don't care.
Yeah, 8 seconds?
8 seconds?
Come on. Make it a little bit of a challenge for me.
Yeah, come on. Make it 8 minutes.
Dude, I love the bull riders too. Dude, back in the day, there was no chest plates. There was no little baby helmets. You know what I mean? Like these guys now wear the chest guards and the helmets, but there's still riders that are grandfathered in that don't have to, and they gotta feel kind of badass. I mean, probably a little stupid too, but probably a little badass walking in there, and these newbies have to do this, and they're going out there with just their cowboy hat on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like if somebody in the NFL was grandfathered to like those leather hats, those leather helmets. You would look at them like, dude, just put on the good helmet.
But also, they would look at you like, in back in my time,
I don't need no good helmet.
Hey, ask him to put on the helmet. Can you put on the helmet?
I need a good helmet. Oh, man.
Someone's helping him. 2 people are helping him get on the bull and like tying him to it.
Dude, that's the other thing. Don't they have like, back in the day, they would just wrap themselves into the bull with the rope. And they'd wrap themselves tight, so then if they fell off, their arm was still hanging on. Now they have like the glove that's like a quick release.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, like where if they want to get out, like they can just pull their hand out of the glove.
Oh, wait a minute. It's that simple to just pull your hand out of the glove?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, back in the day, dude, they stapled you onto that thing.
They were basically like, these dudes would be like, I need to stay on here at any cost for some reason. So they'd really tie their arms into it. So then I've watched... Some of my favorite videos on the internet are bull riding fails because watching a grown man just get thrown around like a rag doll is so funny.
Are those as good as the mountain bike fails?
Mountain bikes are fun because like it's riding a bike and obviously it's a lot harder than it looks. But like to me, who's never mountain biked, it's just to me riding a bike and they're going so fast.
Dude, it's terrible.
They always hit a tree. Bam! Always hit a tree in the chest.
I mean, they almost get divided.
It's so funny watching people get hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people are like snapping their arms.
Yeah, what on those bulls?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's a weird life to be a bull rider, and you're just following the circuit, and you're trying to make money. Like, what happens if you're not making money in the circuit? Like, if you're not placing 1, 2, 3, or whatever, how are you even surviving with money? Do they pay? I mean, is the PBR paying some of that?
Listen, I really don't think. I don't think that the people who go on there are used to having a lot of money.
Probably not. Well, who's that one dude that we
saw? Oh, I can't remember, but he was an absolute mess.
He was puking in the urinal.
He was puking in the urinal. He was running around like he was Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And people were just like, "Who are you?"
And then he got on the bull and the mechanical bull and fell right off.
Immediately fell off.
He shouldn't have got on that because
he was so drunk.
He was so drunk, and it just made, because people were thinking, oh, he's a professional bull rider, he's going to be able to hang on to this, and he immediately got thrown off.
Honestly, to me, I would have been like, oh, I got to go tomorrow and watch this guy get on a real bull.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, we did, and he's said hi, and I'm like, oh my God, he's got to be so hungover right now.
Hungover? Dude, I don't like being hungover and moving from couch to other couch. And he's like, I'm going to be hungover and I'm going to sit on an animal that doesn't want me to sit on it. That's the whole game. Can you sit on this? It doesn't want you to.
I asked him too. I'm like, so how do you practice this at home? And he's like, oh, I'll show you my setup. And I'm like, oh, dude, this guy's got he's like in a barn. I was like, this is cool. Like, this is how he practices. Yeah, you're right about the money situation, because when he showed me the video or whatever, pictures on his phone, it was
screen was cracked.
Tires. Oh yeah, it was tires that he would sit on that was on a rope. That was on a rope, and it would bend back and forth, and you'd get to spinning around, and that's how he practiced being on a. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like tires were cut up.
100%. A friend of mine had one of those. He just used it as a swing.
He got on a hammock.
Yeah,
just going all over the place. His gym is a playground, and I'm finding out.
Yeah. He just stands on one of those wobbly things. Ooh, I can do it.
God. Somebody wants a birthday shout out. I don't know if is Donnie fed and ready to go?
I mean, we could if we he hasn't been fed in a few days. Chuck took off, and I didn't have anybody ready for him.
Does who wants it? You want to read the text while I try to find out?
Jake Tanner, can you please send out a Donny Osmond birthday song for my husband Marcus?
Oh.
He turned 40 today.
Oh, I don't want to do a birthday to a Marcus.
Yeah.
Can we do Marky?
Marky!
Yeah, isn't that better?
It sounds better. Is Marky on there?
I don't know. MALMNOP. Wait, ABCD. I'm having a little issue here.
If there's one thing.
Oh. How do you spell Mark?
MAR.
Okay, I got Mark. I have no Mark. There's got to be a Mark. There is no Marcus.
Really? It would be MARC.
Yeah. Look at, hold on. MARC. The next thing is Maddie right after.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
Well, no, it's MA. Maddie doesn't have an R.
Marquise. That's cool. Or Marquez. Wait,
Marquez?
QUIS. So that'd be Marquez.
Marquise.
Let's do that one.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Okay. How old is this dirty man? 40.
Did they listen to the show? It says love you. We listen, or I love yous. Listen every day. Catery. Your name's Catery?
I like Catery. All right.
Okay. It's kind of like Marcus.
It's almost a little racist how he said that. Did you hear that? Listen to this. Listen to this when he gets going.
Oh, look, growl!
You!
Come on, Marquise! Break it down.
Another year to do.
Sure looks good on you! D.
There you go. Happy birthday, Marquise.
I've never felt. That brought back like PTSD of when you and I found out that you can wish happy birthday to a man named Dick. And I think Sydney sat there while you and I were in tears laughing.
Dick!
And she was just like, this is fine. And be like, what are you talking about? He says, happy birthday, Dick. Like, I'm the best.
We got to get through 7 through, or 3. We did 1, 2, and 3. I got 4 through 10 now.
We can do it.
Of highest suicide rates, whatever job offers that. Offers that like that's it. You're gonna get 401k and a suicide.
Yeah.
This package has that.
It's like, yes, the suicide rate's high, but we do match up to 2%.
Terrible. We're not joking about it. I mean a little bit, but terrible. If you ever have any thoughts, talk to someone,
help,
please. We'll get through that. I got to give away something too. I got those tickets.
Yes.
I got a pair of tickets to the 4th annual Shamrock Craft Beer Invitational, March 5th. You want those? Caller 9 right now. So, all right, next on the list, jobs with the highest suicide rate. We went medical doctors, dentists, police officers. Number 4 surprises me, and it's got to be angry. It's finances, right? Veterinarian. Debt from the school, maybe?
Probably.
Clients are biting you.
It's got to, yeah. I mean, you get bit every day when you go to work and not think about it at least once. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a vet. I don't know. It's
got to be the debt.
It's got to be the debt, and it's also not something everybody needs. Like if your tooth, not everybody has pets.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they make all right money though.
Yeah, I'm sure they make a lot of money, but like it's also, it's not like a dentist where if you have a toothache, anybody can get a toothache and call you, or a doctor where anybody can get sick and call you. So I assume the money is a little tougher.
My dad. Oh, he's fine.
Shoot him.
We never took our animals to the vet. It was terrible when I was growing up. Financial services.
I know that my sister works in financial services, and she always feels bad because she has to write the bonus checks around Christmas. And she'll say things like, "Oh, I just had to write out a check for $550,000
to what?
As a bonus check for some company down south, like some CEO he said, give me a bonus check of like this much money. Like, wouldn't that make you sad? It's like, your bonus would make my life. Is like 5 years of work. So I could see that. That would suck.
It's terrible. That'd be so hard not to.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you just have to find other things in your life that you justify everything. You know what I mean? You'd be like, yeah, but my kids are cool, and I got good friends.
I don't have enough money to overdose on drugs.
Yeah. There you go. Real estate agents made the list.
Well, that's because nobody sets out to be a real estate agent.
That's because your dream failed.
Yeah.
And now you're a real estate agent.
Yeah. So once again, is it the job or is it the people that it attracts?
A little bit of depression there, probably.
Yeah.
Electricians. I wonder why that one's on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Because
that's not really debt.
No, that's probably not debt. Because you're an apprentice, and then you could become a master journeyman or whatever, master whatever.
Maybe I should Google that one.
Well, ask your buddy. You have a friend who's an electrician.
I haven't talked to him in like 6 months.
Well, that would be fun. You just text him and be like, "Hey, you're an electrician. Do you ever think about committing suicide?"
Suicide. Google knows everything.
Yeah.
Ew. Oh. I
feel like you found out something really telling, but honestly, you can give me 1,000 guesses. I'd never guess what would grab that kind of reaction.
The potential for an association between extremely low frequencies, electromagnetic fields, they're called EMFs, and suicide is plausible.
Oh, so like being around that much just static electricity, just constant electricity hitting your brain.
Weird.
And at a certain point, you stop hitting the breaker and just doing you just do it with live wires. How many times are you just shocked?
Stress, harsh working conditions, they go on to say. And then that electromagnetic field thing. Wow. Weird. And lawyers. Yeah, it's got to be terrible.
Just the debt. And if you're like a litigation lawyer, it's probably sad. Probably sad a lot.
And then I got 2 more of these, then we'll get into a take from Jake and Tanner. But pharmacist, that's because you hate your job.
How do you hate your job? You count.
Yeah.
You make like 6 figures and you count.
Maybe there's a weird thing if you messed up the pills, there's a lot of blame on you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There would be. But you messed up. And then this You know what I mean? Like, that's a mistake. It's not like an anesthesiologist where if anything goes wrong, they just blame them right away.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably her fault.
This one, farmers. Maybe because if they didn't have a good year growing or whatever, the finances can be a big struggle.
Dude, they also don't get vacation.
Yeah, right. Think about that for a second. How do you even go on vacation?
Take a week off.
Who's taking care of the farm?
Yeah, if it's a big farm, so like you have a farm and it's big enough to where you have to work it 7 days a week, but not big enough where you can afford to have people that you would trust to run it for 7 days.
You probably have been on vacation one time in your life.
Yeah, I think we did that once. We talked to a farmer and she's like, "Oh yeah, we don't do vacations."
I would say
somebody's got to run the farm.
The amount of stress that you would be under with like the harvesting of crops and the weather and
Do you imagine if our job relied on if it rained enough?
The almanac, that's like your Bible.
Yeah. This year it says it's going to rain a lot. We're going to do soybeans. Soybeans handle the rain good. I hope God doesn't crap all over my house again.
Terrible. But anyway, yeah. I know we were being a little fun with that as much as we could. Just know if you're stressed out and everything, go get help.
Yeah, there's plenty of people you can call.
We don't want you doing that. All right, 86691. Oh crap! Hey, can you go get the sheet while I explain? It's upside down in the printer.
Okay. Somebody said farmers are probably because they have 10 mouths to feed.
That too.
You have that many kids.
All right, let me explain this really quick. While Tanner goes gets the sheet. Or the papers, 866-916-0959 if you want to play. $160 up for grabs. Take from Jake and Tanner. Hi, who's this?
Charles.
Hi, Charles. Charles, it's going to be 5 questions. Tanner's going to be out of the room when we ask you these questions. The reason he's out of the room is because we don't want him to know any of the questions nor your answers. We'll ask him after you're said and done the exact same questions. Whoever wins is going to get that $160. Well, not Tanner. They're not there? Oh, okay. Tanner, it goes up $20 a day. I still got him on my computer. I just hate doing him off of this.
Yeah.
So it'll be $180 tomorrow if Tanner ends up winning. Hang on really quick. Got it. Okay, so, and if you win, you're going to get that $160, and if there's a tie, the lowest time wins. Do you get it? Got it? Great. Tanner, you got to get out of here.
Yes.
I didn't even hear the rule.
You know the rules. And this is Charles. Don't lose to a guy named Charles.
Yuck. Just go by Chuck or Chucky or Charlie or...
Your time begins in 3, 2... Oh, by the way, you can pass, but that'll be your answer, okay? So take some time thinking. Lowest time will win if there's a tie. Here you go. Your time begins in 3, 2, 1. Charles, what is the largest member of the deer family living in the U.S.?
Whitetail.
What was pictured on the face of the U.S. penny just prior to Abraham Lincoln?
Susan B. Anthony.
The surface of what is typically 70% water and 10% ice?
Pluto.
Which year was the first Indiana Jones movie released?
1964.
And who played Spider-Man's arch nemesis, Green Goblin, in the 2002 Spider-Man movie?
Pass.
Time. All right, Charles. Dana! Please re-enter the room. I'm going to put you on hold. We'll grade these all together. That's so much harder when it's going off the computer.
Why?
Don't fret. I don't know. I just got to go back and forth when I have to F8 it, and typing's weird because for some reason when I read the answer, I can write while I'm reading, but I can't type while I'm reading.
Why don't you write it on a separate piece of...
Well, I couldn't find any paper, and we had to get going. Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, that would make a lot of sense. Time begins 3, 2, 1. Tanner, what is the largest member of the deer family living in the U.S.?
Moose.
What was pictured on the face of the U.S. penny just prior to Abraham Lincoln?
Beaver.
The surface of what is typically 70% water and 10% ice?
What?
The surface of what is typically 70% water and 10% ice?
Earth.
Which year was the first Indiana Jones movie released?
1979.
Who played Spider-Man's arch nemesis, Green Goblin, in the 2002 Spider-Man movie?
Willem Dafoe.
Time. All right. Welcome back, Charles. Let's go through these. Oops. See if you're getting $160. What is the largest member of the deer family living in the U.S.? Charles said whitetail. Tanner said the moose. The moose is correct. It's 1-0. What was pictured on the face of the U.S. penny just prior to Abraham Lincoln? He said Susan B. Anthony. Tanner said a beaver. It was a Native American head.
Oh.
The head of a Native American. The surface of what is typically 70% water, 10% ice? Charles said Pluto. Tanner said Earth. Earth is correct. 2-0. Which year was the first Indiana Jones movie released? Charles said 64. Tanner said 79. 1981. 2-0. And who played Spider-Man's arch nemesis, Green Goblin, in the 2000 Spider-Man movie? Charles said pass. Tanner said Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is correct. Thanks, Charles.
Bye, Charles.
He was out. He was gone. $180 we play for tomorrow.
It's not my fault that he's terrible at trivia.
By the way, that was brought to you by Prospera Credit Union with LifeStage Personal Guidance. They're the ones that put money on that game. Hey, Planet Fitness, by the way, that environment is huge. You need to find yourself there if you're even thinking about a gymnasium where you can go do your exercising, because that place is only $10 a month.
$10 whole. That's it. Only 10. But what about the commitment? It's got to be like a 6-year commitment for something that cheap.
No, that commitment is month to month.
So there is no commitment.
No commitment. They want you there, but if you don't want to be there, they don't want you there. They're not going to keep you in there. Like a lot of gymnasiums where you go do their exercise, and they do like 2-year deals, and it's like terrible.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this gym is going to be 5 times more expensive than Planet Fitness, and we're going to make you sign a thing that makes it so you can't leave for 2 years. Why would you do that?
Clean facilities.
And if you hate people, they have an app. The Planet Fitness app is a people meter. You can type in your location and look, and it'll be like, yeah, there's a lot of people there. And you can be like, I don't want to go with that many people. Or you can look and be like, there's not a lot of people there. That's where I want to go.
And check them out at planetfitness.com. On the way, we're going to be doing our bonus segment. If you want to be a part of that, text LINK, LINK to 71090.